Hey Dave. Don't know about that way around, but something can definitely be normal and absolutely wrong. Many things are. I guess, can something be normal and still be wrong would have been a better way to phrase it. You're right. Because when you phrase it, can something be wrong and still be normal? Indeed, it kind of sounds like, what the hell are you saying? But hey, maybe that will invite some people to recollect a little bit. Because that's what we're trying to do. Next to the side. It's very sunny outside. Good weather. Hello, Martin. Hey, Brett. Nice to see you. Let me see again. I think here is perfect. Okay. And just move it a little bit. Hello, Mr. Jake. Jake Legatory. And we got the gadget, respect the gadget stuff here. I'm gonna drink some water before we start. I feel like I'm dehydrated. I feel like yesterday's method was a bit more draining than others, but it was interesting. We're gonna continue trying some methods. I'm thinking of trying something new today. Let's see.
It's gonna get better. Don't worry. This is my dance floor. My dance floor is for my.
Still setting up the signs. Give me 1 second. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Jake. Welcome. Hello. Nice to see you here. Hit that like. Remember, we gotta get more people in here. I have a T-shirt that kind of says what I'm all about, so that's not good. It's warmer than ever. Hey, Wes. Nice to see you here. It's pretty damn warm outside. I should have brought my cap actually instead of. You guys want to have a conversation instead of this? But I feel like if I take it off, I'm gonna need to apply some sunscreen or something. Somebody lost their glove over here. There's a glove in the fence like that.
That will help you to get a little bit bigger audience here. There we go.
Ah, what a night.
In this hat, I'm gonna do a crazy fast.
How is everyone doing today? I'm a little bit lower in energy because I had a really weird night.
It's just to set up the safety barrier. I take this line.
I don't know if I'd call it really weird. I think like a month or two ago, I realized that I was eating a little bit too much. Well, I'll just say it when everybody joins. Fuck it, I'm not gonna say it now. And then I also have a task for everyone. When more people join, we need more people to join. So remember to hit that like, share. We're here on the streets here in Amsterdam. We're in front of Rijksmuseum. Look how pretty Rijksmuseum is. And the sky is as blue as it gets. It's nice weather outside. Fuck it, I'm just gonna take this off. I can't. Okay. It's nice weather outside. I'm gonna have some conversations with people. Let's see if we can challenge them a little bit on their views. It's kind of weird to not have a hat on, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm not very often without a hat on in a stream, am I? I'm almost always either have like a cap or a hat. But it's so damn warm. It's so damn sunny. I applied sunscreen luckily, so that's gonna be good.
Here we go. Let's do it. Just a little water. Don't throw it. Dangerous.
Let's see if we can get some people to interact with. We might need to reapply sunscreen. Let me look at the time. 1:30. Yeah. In 1 hour, so at the 60-minute mark, I will reapply some sunscreen. Always good, everyone. If you're outside and it's sunny like this, no matter the weather, no matter the temperature, remember to reapply sunscreen. You don't want your skin to burn. You don't want. You want to try a social experiment?
I know it's not much, but you cannot do it.
You want to have a conversation? Okay, there's a lot of people on the street. Let's see how it. Apparently, we just need to wait until the first person stops, don't we?
Sometimes people clap for them.
Sending bad vibes from Virginia. Oh, I'm sorry you're having a bad day, bro. I hope it gets better for you.
I'm gonna show you a crazy
I'm guessing it's pretty early morning for you.
But before I do this,
Right, it's minus 6 hours if I'm not mistaken, so it must be what, 7:30?
if everyone come just a little closer, all the way to the stage line, to make me feel successful.
What the hell is the sign? The sign says, I'm doing a social experiment, come talk to me. You wanna have a conversation with me? I am live on YouTube though. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Oh, I'm live on Instagram.
I'm on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube, no.
No? You can
What
be
are
off
you
camera
talking
if you want.
about?
Animals.
Animals.
Yeah.
And break my neck.
Yeah, no.
No? Okay. Have a good one.
Explain. I can
Sometimes people don't want to stop. That's what we can. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. No, the sun is burning my fucking scalp. I don't like it.
show live audience. If you give me energy, I feel
Okay.
like a performer.
I'd rather be a bit warmer than burning my skin.
Possibly can. So I try one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Same life's shit, bad vibes. I'm sorry, bro, if you're going through stuff.
After this day, you have things between the big moves.
Spreek je Nederlands?
Engels. Have a good one. So weird to see a Dutch person who doesn't want to speak English but wants to speak some. Can I have a conversation? Okay. We're just gonna be sitting here and waiting for people to come to us. How come some people's live feed isn't mirrored? Yours is, so we can't read what's on your board. By the way, the sun is really in my eyes over here, so I'm struggling to read what you're saying. I think it's some people don't use the YouTube app. If you use the YouTube app, it's mirrored. YouTube does, well, the phone does have a thing of mirroring, like you can set it on and off. And for me, it's set to off, but somehow it's still mirrored. So you wanna have a conversation?
What are you doing?
Just asking people some questions, getting them to think a little bit.
Tell me.
But I'm live on YouTube. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, nice. Let me turn this on. You wanna come here? So that you here?
Yeah.
Nice. What's your name?
Armin,
Armand. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Where are you from, Armand?
Australia.
Australia. What
Yeah.
brings you to Amsterdam?
Fucking cold here, isn't it?
You work for Amazon, by the way, because I see you have both the
Yeah,
shirt and the-
yeah,
that.
shit.
Yeah.
I was on a work trip in Budapest,
Ah, okay, okay.
and I thought I'd just come here and get some truffles going, and then enjoy the cold.
Did you do that today? Did you get some truffles during today?
Yeah, I'm on right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's-
How long ago?
It's quite nice. 2 hours ago. something
2
like
hours
that.
ago.
It's
Okay,
quite
so
nice.
it's just
kicking
starting.
in.
It's just starting.
Yeah, it's starting. It's beautiful. It's nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you because it's a perfect. I guess it's kind of like a good conversation to have now.
Yeah.
So what exactly matters in your life? Like, let's imagine that there's this saying that
Yeah.
when you die, you will see your life flashing before your eyes,
Yes.
right? You will see.
That's a deep question. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, when you, like, what do you think you will see? Do you think you'll see maybe the work you did, maybe the intelligence you gathered, the knowledge you gathered, or maybe the people, the emotions, the moments? What do you think you'll see?
I think it's gonna be a mix of like the people, the emotions, and the places I've visited. I think.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
gonna
those,
be experiences.
experiences,
That are
I like
highlight. Yeah.
Because what's valuable is experiences, right?
That's right.
Do you think intelligence should be a gradient through which we should discriminate?
That's a deep question. Can you ask that one more time?
Yeah, should we discriminate based on intelligence?
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Stop dancing.
I think it's not discrimination. It can be separation in a way, or just looking at it differently, or just
I'm not saying that we do. I'm not saying that we do.
No, I
But
think
I'm
we should.
saying,
I think we should. I think it should.
We should discriminate.
Yeah,
based on intelligence.
no, that's good. Discriminate. That's why I said no discrimination,
Yeah.
but just separation and I guess understanding that there is a difference, right? If you're like highly intellectual, you become a philosopher, right? If you're not, you do something else. I don't know. It's like
Love it.
maybe it's the mushrooms. I don't know.
I gotta ask you. So, take
Yep.
for instance, a dog is not as intelligent, right, as a human being.
Yeah.
Do you think we should maybe treat a dog like an object, do whatever we want to them because they're not intelligent? Or should we, they still experience life, they still have experiences, or should we respect them because they have experiences and not interfere in their experiences?
No, I think it's just like you gotta appreciate everything's, everything's beautiful, and you gotta appreciate its beauty, and respect it. So yeah.
Yeah, but take for instance, just to be clear, what I mean, like there's a person over here on the street kicking a dog.
Yeah, no, that's being a fucking cunt, and you don't want to be a cunt.
Is it bad?
Yeah, of course.
Would you stop? Would you try to stop them, or would you walk on by, do nothing, or maybe even join them, or would you?
No, I would punch them in the face.
You try to
right?
stop them. I appreciate that. Well, what if when you go there to stop them, this person's telling you, "Hey, I'm doing this for exercise. It's a good workout."
Yeah, be like, that's not a good exercise, mate. You need to stop.
I mean, he'll say it's good. What do you mean? It's a really good exercise. He gets
Yeah.
his pump on. So that would be bad, right? He shouldn't be doing that.
That's not nice. Yeah.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And
But I think that question around bringing it back around, like, intelligence. That's a deep question. On shrooms, everything is even deeper than normal.
I get that. But
yeah.
let me get you to where I'm trying to get to.
Tell me.
So I want to speak about animals because I'm an animal rights activist, actually.
Yeah.
So the reason why I ask you about intelligence is because a lot of the times we do discriminate on animals, and the reason we do so, we say because they're not as intelligent as us, right? Take for instance cows, chickens, and pigs. We force them into slaughterhouses because we say they're not as intelligent as us, therefore it's okay. Actually, they're almost
No,
just
I
as
think
intelligent as a dog.
that's not nice the way to look at it.
Yeah. Because they do
But I
have
look at it
experiences,
differently.
they
Correct,
do have
correct.
emotions, they do have experiences, they do have memories,
Correct.
members. So do you think we shouldn't be doing this to them? Do you think we should just leave them alone?
I think it's so essentially this is to do with like not eating meat and
Not wearing their skin,
Not
all
wearing
this kind of
their
stuff,
skin. Not eating is gonna be I'm gonna be tricky for me because I love meat, right?
But do you think that
Selfishly, I love meat.
No, I
Now, do I
appreciate
think
that.
it's okay or not? Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that there is definitely, there are some animals who are, essentially farmed, right? Like they're meant
strictly
to
because
be.
how they're born, huh?
Yeah,
It is discrimination. You were born in this species. Nobody chose to be born. You didn't choose to be born.
No, I
human.
think the whole system is like essentially there's a farming, and you essentially farm and get these animals in
But
for
should
the
we do
pure
this?
where it's purely for consumption, right?
But should we do this to them? I know we do.
I
The
think
question is,
I think
should
it's a
we?
big question because, but then I think it's a tricky one because I think it's too deep, man. Fuck, you're going super deep.
I mean,
Yeah.
should we farm dogs? Let's make it simpler.
No.
No. And do you think that the experiences that a dog has are that much different than the experience that a cow has? I mean, outside of course, the environment that they're put in, but if you put a dog or a cow in the same environment, don't you think they kind of would experience similar things?
maybe similar emotions, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so then shouldn't we treat them the same then if they have similar emotions, similar experiences?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, if you're on the trip, I don't want to ruin your trip too much.
No,
but, you
no,
know,
no.
like,
I'm just enjoying the journey, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, the thing about it is though we don't need to do any of this to them, and for them it's fucking insane what they're going through. And for us, like you could say that you will. I don't think you changing, for example, will change the industry.
Yeah.
But you changing can save the life of 100 animals each year. Because 100 animals each year you're responsible for the death, for the exploitation, if you buy these products. And you can always choose something else because you can live healthy without.
Interesting.
Right.
I do find that interesting. Yeah.
Let me give you a
Something to
card
think about.
because you're gonna go on a journey right now. There's a
So-
documentary
so-
here called Dominion. Maybe after
Yeah,
you're off
I'm-
your
I'm
things,
gonna-
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
just-
that.
And I'm gonna fly away.
Don't watch
now.
it while you're on a trip, I would say, because
Yeah,
it's
I'm
pretty
not gonna do that.
gruesome
I'm gonna
content.
go look at this.
Choose to buy only plant-based products until you watch it. Do you think you can do that?
There's what?
To only, if you're gonna eat, just eat plant-based until you.
I don't
watch
think
it.
so.
Why not? Come
No,
on,
it's
man.
gonna
It's
be
for the
tough.
animals.
It's gonna be tough, man.
Say that again.
I love steak. I love meat. So
If I love human steak, does it justify me killing humans?
if they're already dead, then yeah, it's fine.
But cows are not already dead. You're demanding their killing. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean. But I don't
Really,
think
you
it's-
can't skip 2 meals for the life of sentient beings?
No, I skip meals, but
You
I'll
can't
still
change
eat.
your meals to consume plant-based for 2 meals until you watch that documentary for the sake of the life of an innocent
Yeah,
animal?
no, I think
5 or 10
I think
minutes
it's very
for your day?
interesting to travel and taste different kind of cuisines. And a lot of them have fucking meat in them, so I gotta try it make sure
Should you
I
try
can.
oppression because it's cultural?
But it's like, what else is left, right?
Other than oppression?
I'm not
There's a
talking
lot of
about
things
that.
left
Just-
other
just-
than oppression.
I'm not talking
sure
about
you wouldn't want
oppression,
to be
I'm just-
oppressed.
I was just still talking about the same thing.
Yeah, but
Which
cows are
is-
oppressed. When you buy
which
animal
is-
products,
which
you're
is-
supporting oppression of cows.
You can link everything that way if you position it, but
No, you can't. Oppression
Anyway.
is. I'm not gonna shake your hand if you're gonna behave that way. I'm sorry.
oh, okay.
If you can't skip 2
Shit.
meals until you watch a documentary, I can't give you the respect because
Now I
I'm
understand
I'm here to
why.
speak on the behalf of animals. I'm sorry, bro.
Okay, I
But
understand.
they deserve to have equal rights. You can't just say I like your flesh.
I
and
tell
then
you, I
I'm
tell
gonna
you
kill
something. Now I understand why no one's talking to you. That makes sense.
And makes
you
sense.
Have a good one.
Yeah, that's why. Have a good one. He got really upset that I didn't shake his hand, but
Oh my gosh, this is the best movie.
that is my that is my freaking, that's my boundary. I'm not gonna shake the hands of somebody who can't even skip a meal or two, or can't even say I'll try. I'm sorry. It's such a low bar to say that you'll try. Such a freaking low bar, isn't it? Hello everyone, and I hope you've welcome to the stream. I hope if you're new here, we're sitting here in Amsterdam in front of the Rijksmuseum. We're going to have conversations with people. We're going to be challenging them on their morals, on their values, on how they feel about animals. I will be doing a social experiment. I hope you've enjoyed the last conversation. It was a little bit awkward, wasn't it? But we're going to continue doing it, Social experiment is being an asshole. Well, I'm not the one who's an asshole, the asshole is the person who forces innocent sentient beings into slaughterhouses for their pleasure. I'm strictly the one who shows them that. It's like saying that a police officer is an asshole for trying to stop somebody from killing somebody else. Wait a minute, why would a police officer be an asshole if he's trying to stop an innocent person from being murdered? I don't think he would be an asshole. Just like I'm not being an asshole from trying to stop animals from being murdered, okay? And I'm not gonna be nice to people if they're not gonna even try. Because, they have a nice life. This guy is from Australia, working from Amazon, walking around the streets of Amsterdam, tripping balls. Bro, you probably have so much money that you can literally choose whatever you want. Just stop it with the excuses and find the right choice. I don't like people like that. It's difficult to read the screen. Oh, brother. Jesus people, huh? We got some Jesus people in here. I hope all you Jesus people behave like Jesus if you really believe in that kind of person. Because believe it or not, I don't think Jesus was for the exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of innocent animals. In fact, when people say, well, Jesus ate lamb or Jesus ate fish, you can argue that that's a mistranslation, first of all. And second, even if that were the case, Jesus did it in a context where there was a necessity for it. Now there's no necessity for it. You can't possibly say that Jesus would go into a supermarket and support violence towards innocent animals simply because he can, while at the same time destroying humanity along the way. So no, I don't think Jesus would do that. So, but of course, if you want to be dogmatic about it and not logical and just want to use like a book that somebody told you that, oh, well, it is this way, then you're probably going to continue being dogmatic and nobody's going to care about it. So yeah, watch Christspiracy. That's a very good one. Thank you. Christspiracy is a good point. Christspiracy is a good thing that they actually talk about this. How would Jesus kill an animal? That's essentially the talk about it. You want to have a conversation? Okay. Sure. Okay. I'm good.
My name is
I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I'm not interested.
Andrew.
I'm not interested. I'm sorry. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with people? I swear to God, man. I literally am just sitting here with a sign inviting people to have a conversation. Who the fuck does that? Just comes in or growling. I mean, I feel sorry for the guy because he's homeless and stuff. But
What is your social experiment?
oh, I just ask people some questions, get you to think a little bit. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Sorry?
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yes. But you will
tell me the channel later on?
Yeah, I will give you a card. Can you come here so that you're in view? Nice. What's your name?
My name is Redbat Klinstra.
Redbat Klinstra.
Yes.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Redbat Klinstra.
Chip?
Yeah.
Wow. My
Wait.
father was called that way.
Your father was called that
Chip.
way?
It's
Yeah.
a Frisian name.
Well, I'm already. My name is Cyprian, but it's short.
Okay.
Chip. Most people
Ah,
call me
Cyprian.
Chip. Yeah. Well, do you live here in the Netherlands? Are you Dutch?
No, I was born here in Amsterdam, and after my baccalaureate, I went to Poland to the theater school, and then stayed. Somehow it's already almost 40 years.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
just came for one day for a shooting for a series.
Nice. How is the weather in Poland? I'm gonna go there.
It's minus 20. It's
Minus
snowing.
20?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, way colder, I guess, than here, huh?
Yeah, but you know, in fact, it is different because there in these regions where you can have minus something, but there is no wind.
Yeah.
So the warmth of the body stays around you. You can have a far more chilling experience here with this weather from the North Sea.
Yeah.
With even when it's a plus degrees here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The wind is kind of terrible.
So what's your experiment?
I'm actually going to ask you a couple of questions, and then I want to talk about animals. But I want to ask you because I want to bring you to animals in a way where you kind of understand the perspective that I'm trying to make. So, for example, do you know they say that when you die, that life flashes before your eyes? You kind of see all the stuff that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a saying like that.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't.
some kind of neurological mechanism that
Yeah.
lets you see. And I lately was nice because I read that it shows you the nicest moments.
I was going to say
That's
that.
all-
I don't really believe that may happen, but if it does, I think it just shows you the moments that are the most important or that were the most meaningful
Yeah,
to you.
probably it helps you accepting what's coming next.
Exactly. So I want to ask you, because do you think when you will think about that, if you could think about that moment, would you think you're going to be seeing like all the knowledge you gathered, all the money you made, or all the jobs you had, or would you see all the experiences, all the people, all the emotions you had? How will that feel?
It's interesting that you say that you asked that, because it was exactly why I looked at this movie, because I was thinking about this. I did an exercise lately, which was come somewhere from India. And at the end of the day, before going to sleep, you think, okay, so what if this was my last day?
Yeah.
So, and then from that came the next step. Okay, so yeah, am I leaving this world in a way which made sense?
Yeah.
So from there I started to thinking, okay, so how would look this movie, and then I understood that it would be much more about projects and successes, more about work, about my passion.
Because you're passionate about your work.
Yes, but I have some lately. I discovered I have some ADHD, some kind of autism. So I have some hyper focus when I'm focused on something, and exactly that is the same mechanism that lets me forget and neglect my relationships.
Oh.
So this was my biggest insight during the Christmas New Year reflection on your life. So that's my sole goal for this year, to collect, to have success in relationship, in experiences, rather than having some kind of a outwarded success. So now I'm totally not interested if somebody is thinking or that I'm doing a good job or a bad job. I just feedbacking myself. And it's also a very important motivation, because I have two sons, 5 and 7. So I know that from the point of being a father, this is the most important time when I can give them something that is very important. So
yeah, they'll remember it.
Yeah. Of course there are a lot of movies, little movies on Facebook that every day it could be the last day that you take them on your hands, and this movie about you can be irritated about the Lego bricks on the floor, but remember, this is a very quick moment. So I'm hyper focused now on really spending every possible second with my sons, and not only spending but really quality time. So really mindful about this relationship. So it's very interesting that you just asked this question because it's exactly my theme for this year.
I appreciate that. That's coincidentally also, I feel similar to you. I've been very focused on work, and this year I'm trying to branch out, let's put it that way. But one thing I realized, it's that even when I'm focused on work,
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily about the work, but rather how my feeling towards the work was, right? How my experience, right? Like, because you said you're passionate, I'm also passionate about what I do.
Yeah.
So I feel like the reason why I did it so much wasn't necessarily about the work itself, but my passion towards it, but the fact that drove me, right? So if I were to remember it, I would still remember my emotion towards that work, right? I would still remember, like, if I succeeded in something, I would remember that feeling that I felt when I succeeded, right? Because what I'm trying to get at is, and correct me if I'm wrong, the way I see it, the most important part of our lives is not necessarily how much information we gather or all this kind of stuff, but rather all these experiences that we had, whether they're through work or other individuals.
Yes.
It's the experiences that matter, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is my reflection. My experience is that to live fully, whatever you do in each moment. There's also a second parallel theme that my mother died in Amsterdam tragically in '94, and that had a very great impact. Also with the fact that I was not coming to Amsterdam for almost 10 or 20 years. But and later I made some kind of a monologue as an artist. I wanted to deal with that just before going into a marriage. And then I made this story about like cleaning and finishing and closing that whole period of, very chronicle, let's say, being in the, how you say, in this state of mourning. And that was like 8 years ago, and then suddenly I had a revelation like half a year ago that because I was everything in a way, it started to be a little bit an explanation why I don't succeed, because I had this experience, I was traumatic and and suddenly it totally kicked me that I was thinking, okay, but how it's possible that I'm looking at there's also a part of a reflection what I will leave my children, what will be the heritage.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like it's impossible, and I should not do that. That looking at the life of my mother, she was an artist, very passionate.
Yeah.
Through the filter of how it ended.
Yeah.
And then I turned it around, and I said, okay, because in fact, in that time when I was a little child, I was very sad that she's not paying attention to me, but to her passion. She was a dancer, she was a choreographer. And then when I was 6 years old boy, I was sad that she took me to the rehearsal, so I also gathered a lot of unconscious knowledge about body language and everything, and helped me a lot in acting, directing. But suddenly I understood that what she left me was a message which she told with her life, apart from how it ended, or maybe even together with that how it ended, that you have to go after the voice of your heart.
Yeah.
That you cannot compromise
follow your
on
emotions,
yes.
right?
So suddenly I understood from my age now that it was the best thing she was communicating to me through the example of how she went on with her life, totally a maximalistic way, going after the heart. And that the fact that I, as a little boy, was sad that she did not pay attention to me, that was then.
Yeah.
But the heritage, and that was for me totally opening, that I suddenly understood that, okay, no time to lose, no compromises, no going after money. Money comes when you're fully immersed, money or like some kind of a balance that you will somehow have a good life if you totally find the unique coordinates of what is your sense, what you can give to the world, but not by doing, but by being, by being totally yourself.
I appreciate you opening up to me and saying all this. It's quite nice, and I want to get to the subject that I'm actually here, because I don't want to waste too much of your time. So I'm actually here, as I said, to speak up for animals, you know. And when I ask these questions about what matters to us, how we feel, and all this stuff, is because I kind of want to bridge the gap between us and animals. Because a lot of the times we see animals as so far away. We see them as like, oh, whatever, they're automatons or something. But in reality, their experience, like how you discussed about however your experience was, they maybe they cannot discuss all of it, but they do feel it. And obviously, every single individual feels differently every single thing that they experience. But they do experience life, and they do feel all of this. And the thing about it is that I'm trying to speak up on their behalf because they don't have a voice. Like every human on this planet kind of does. Like there's obviously minorities who are still oppressed and something. But animals particularly are oppressed every single day by us. Take for instance the farm animals. We force them into slaughterhouses. We treat them like objects, and we don't really care what they feel. We don't really care the fact that like this one thing we do in the dairy industry, which is absolutely everywhere. We take the baby away from the mother so that we can take the milk.
Go on with producing milk.
Like imagine how, like because I can relate with this. My parents also worked as a young child, and I can relate to this idea that you weren't, like the parents weren't there for you, and just how damaging it was when they at least came home, when they at least, but imagine just how damaging it is to an animal who cannot understand, who cannot rationalize. They're just taking them away, keeping them separate, and some of them they're getting killed, some of them they're getting, again, like their mothers impregnated and babies taken away from them. Like the amount of mental stress we cause to these animals outside of the physical damage and all of this is just insane. And I mean, the reason why I want to talk to people about it is because I think we have a responsibility as consumers, because we do buy these products.
Yeah, we vote with our wallets.
Yeah, we vote through our wallets, exactly. And the science is there. We don't need to do it anymore. We have so many products nowadays. We have so many alternatives that the fact that we choose it, it's either because of habit, tradition, or I don't know, maybe just like a taste or something. But none of those justify what they go through, do they?
No, but I'm lately very much concerned with being with being practical in a way. Like what you say is true.
Yeah.
No one can deny that. But this not only you, a lot of people in the world are saying this. Nothing changes. So if we see it as layers of the complex issue and problem, and I think that if you would put it in a marketing way, like how could we make a shift? And I think that everybody has to, apart from a social responsibility, because that you can turn into laws.
Yeah.
And then you can, of course, like our law, for you don't kill people, yeah.
Exactly.
But apart from that, which will probably take a long time, or maybe I don't know on which phases are different countries with this issue.
It will take a long time because there's people making money from it.
Exactly.
Not because there's so many people who acknowledge
but
that
that
it's
could
bad.
be solved through people voting with their money.
Exactly.
If we don't buy it,
We're at this
they
stage right
don't,
now.
So the power, you're right. The power that the people who produce it, the money that they get from it, they have the power because they can influence the politics. Let's say so in a very light way. But I think that what I always see that apart from that is also that, you know, what we always do with our enemy, that we dehumanize it, and
Totally.
so we make this. We don't see very often really the whole animal. Yeah, we see pieces which, you know, are abstract.
Yeah.
So we are not connected to this. So you know, I'm a storyteller. So I know that you always need to find a story which will make that somebody is relating to that. So I think the most practical, but not for everybody, a motivating thing is about your own health. You could say, okay, let's talk about your own interests. If you eat meat from an animal which was slaughtered, which was living in stress, then of course it is a poison that you
I don't know if that's true. There's obviously some issues with it, but my problem with it, like, take for instance, I agree with you that there can be issues there, but I wouldn't advocate for example, if women were oppressed in a society, we live in a society where women are oppressed, and women were beaten by men or something. I wouldn't say to men, hey, don't beat the women because your fist will hurt, right? I would say, I would still like to educate people by explaining that, hey, don't beat the women because they deserve to live also, you know?
Of course,
It's
well,
the same way I do
that's
for
like
animals.
basic,
Yeah.
basic rights. But I would say like, yeah, what can you expect from your relationship and from your future if you beat your woman? What can you expect? I mean, if, so apart from, yeah, because you know the law is acting when somebody sees it, when somebody gives a signal to the police. But we talk also about the choices that people make when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
So you would like to have some kind of a development of consciousness, and this development of consciousness is only has to be related with the fact that every one of us wants to be fulfilled in their life. So that's a question I would ask somebody. Do you want to be happy in life? Do you want to be fulfilled in life? Of course, everybody says everybody wants to be happy. The problem is, what do you understand by being happy and fulfilled? So, and then you could put it into first principles and say, okay, so what do you do actually to make your life fulfilled and to make your life happy?
Well,
Are you does beating your woman or eating an animal help you expand your consciousness, or does it, compact?
The thing about it is, though, I understand. The thing about it is, though, a lot of people, they, when they come to the subject, a lot of people, they use motivated reasoning. So that means that they want to continue consuming animal products. So they will either unconsciously or consciously want to lead to there. So it doesn't matter. They'll, like, I've heard people say, like, because the only logical, like, obviously it's a bad situation, and if you start going down the logic of why we do this to animals, you can end up with all sorts of ridiculous things. I've heard people say that they support slavery. I've heard people say that women, it's okay to oppress. I've heard people say in all sorts of ways, because down the line, somewhere, their logic, they really want to justify eating animals, and they know that if they accept one thing, they have to accept the next, they have to accept the next, and so on.
Yes, of course. So I would rather go back and say...
but I want to ask you about your responsibility, because you consume animal products, right?
Yes, I consume animal products, but I don't consume mammals.
Yeah.
So so it is fish and chicken. Chicken or...
but they still feel, the fish and the chickens.
Yes, it's true.
And I'm not sure if you eat cheese or dairy products, but they're...
Sorry?
I'm not sure if you eat cheese or dairy products, but they're the same way for animals.
Very minimal.
Yeah.
But in Poland we have a very good small agriculture. So I don't have to buy products from these big companies.
It's not a problem of big or small. It's a problem of farming an animal. Farming an animal, regardless if it's big or small, is bad. They all see the animal as an object, whether it's for milk, for meat, or whatever. They don't care about the interest of the animal, only up until the point that they can get what they want out of them.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's the problem. That's the problematic part. It's not how we do it. It's that we do it, and.
Well, I can say that I have progressed a lot since from, like, let's say 10 years ago, when I was eating a lot of everything and didn't think about it, until now, when it's really minimal. And in fact, I had a conversation yesterday, I think, with one guy who said that, in fact, if we are very honest, I mean, me and him, I don't know about other people, that the few times that we were eating vegetarian dishes, which not exactly tasted like meat, but which were so well prepared and so rich in taste, and also we had the consciousness that it's the proteins and everything is there. that it wasn't the fact that we understood. It's only the evolvement of replacing, because okay, we can repeat all the time it's bad, but I think you cannot, in a society where exactly the people who produce it, the people who eat it for different reasons, eat more or less, but eat it. The thing is that you have to override with something which is a better option.
And there,
Like evolving the.
we have plant-based meats, we have tofu, we have tempeh, we have
but,
everything nowadays.
But I would focus on making it more, evolve it more dynamic, put it more out in the world. So.
So listen, I'm not here to speak about how to do activism. A lot of people think that. No, I'm interested in how I can get you to no longer pay these people to do this to animal. How I can get you to say from today, I'm no longer going to buy any animal products. I'm going to be vegan and leave animals alone. That's what I'm interested in. Because every single person I speak to is a person who can make a change. And you are one of those people. I understand you've already made big changes, as you said.
Yes.
And I appreciate that. But you know, if I ask you this question, which is a difficult one, how many more animals should be exploited, abused, or slaughtered for you from now on?
For me, I don't need them to be exploited.
So that
For
would
me,
mean buying no animal products, because behind any animal product is exploitation.
But there is one category that in Poland this is very very often the case, because in Poland you have a lot of forests and you have wild animals, and these wild animals are so if you. To put it very, very shortly, I would say that I will bring myself to a state. I think that I'm going to challenge myself from in June. That I will be only eating meat if I can catch it myself.
I don't think that's better.
And why not?
Because you clearly have power over animals. This is the whole point that I'm trying to make. Just because you have power over animals doesn't mean you should exert that power. And you have options.
It's not so easy to catch an animal,
Take for instance this little dog. If I can catch that dog, that doesn't give me a justification to kill them and eat them. And even a wild animal, if I can catch them, doesn't give me a justification to kill them and eat them just because I can. I don't need to. I just do it because I can. That's the whole point of it. Their experiences matter to them, just like your experiences matter to you. Let's not be dicks to them simply because we can. You know?
No, but I think that if you would do that, that's the only reason you could eat an animal which is already dead. The same as you.
But it wouldn't be dead. It would be an animal you kill still. So it would be the difference between you killing an animal and you paying somebody to kill an animal. I don't know if one is better than the other. They're both bad.
Yeah, but it's not a concentration camp situation.
It's not a concentration. I'll give you that. It's not a concentration camp situation.
And to just imagine, because I'm talking about things that could be a practical challenge, just to show the people.
Be vegan. Why don't you take that as a practical challenge? That's a very much a practical challenge.
It's no problem for me to do that. But we also talk about how to change some paradigm. Yes, you can.
But changing the paradigm wouldn't imply doing the same thing in a less worse way, because
but you have to
there's
to
degrees
make
of bad.
An image, which I think to say to somebody, okay,
respect their rights.
No, because a lot of people eat meat just because it's in the supermarket and it's just one. It's just one move.
It's a disconnect. Yeah.
So if you say to them, okay, if you want to eat it, try to catch it. Then you will see that nature did not designed it like that. There are supermarkets, and this is the problem, that our food is too easy accessible.
I think I don't care if people can catch them and eat them. I don't care. I just want people to no longer abuse their power, whether that is by catching them and eating them, whether that is by going to a supermarket and paying somebody to do it for them. Whatever it is, I want people to not abuse their power over these innocent animals, because we have no need for it. That's all it is. If there was a need, I'll grant you that. If there is a need for it, the best way to do it would be for you to try and catch the animal for whatever. But if there's no need for it, I mean, how could you ever justify whatever you want to do? Catching a little rabbit and killing them.
if you are in a situation where you are
But we're none of us are in that
no,
situation.
no, of course. So that's my image, which is like the end point, or the
Yeah.
you know like the because you always have to have an image which you strive for. Of course, I mean it's no problem for me to declare to you now, okay, I will be vegan.
But you should.
Okay, and it's not a problem for me because I'm going that direction.
Yeah.
But I think that I know from experience from psychology that you need to have a positive image which should override. It's not the end point just to say don't do it and I say okay, I will not do it because people always want to go not only from something but they want to go to something. So what the next step should be to design an image of a world. What would change if everybody would be vegan? That's an image you need to, and sexy image that everybody should think, because that's the same with buying things, like getting people to buy things. You need to show them there is a real problem. I'm not talking about manipulative, but
No.
but just to become conscious of the fact that, of course, no. You can eat meat. I can tell you don't eat it. You like me. You don't do it. You know, but that doesn't really change the world. I think. I think the world is changed when we have some exciting. You know, like Elon Musk is saying, let's go to Mars, and then okay. So if we want to go to Mars, maybe we should not eat meat because we cannot take animals to to the Mars. Like
Yeah,
you,
but
you should have on all layers.
It's
it
not
should
about
be-
that. Sure, like the thing about it is though, I want to do activism where I speak on the behalf of animals.
Yeah.
I think I will do activism the way I think is best. If I would speak up for women, again, I wouldn't tell people don't beat up a woman because it's bad for your fist or because you benefit from not beating a
Yeah.
woman. I would still say the same way. They're individuals. They deserve to live, and I'll say the same for the animals because I think that would do them justice. And if at some point we have evidence showing that a better method is for doing activism and more people will change, I will apply that because it's not about me, it's about them. But
I think a question that comes up in me is to ask, like, what does it give you to eat animals? What does it
Nothing.
do to you? Yeah, but that's a question that if you become conscious of, okay, the basic question is always from every interaction, from every move that you make, does it make you stronger or weaker?
I have
So
conversations
eating-
with people about this. Most
Yeah.
people don't really care about it. Most people, they just do it like a zombie, just because they're used to it. They don't. Most people don't really. They bring them something. They don't really think. But that's the problem that we keep saying. Like they use motivated reasoning. So I always have to go around. That's why I do these experiments where I'm kind of trying to talk about what you value in life, and then I bring it to the animals slowly, so that the people don't catch on. Because the minute you catch on what it's about, bam, instantly. I want to eat animals. I don't care. Whatever. Yeah. I'll shoot and eat a dog. I'll shoot and eat a woman. I'll shoot and eat a human. I'll shoot and eat you right now. I hate my mother. I hate my father. I will kill myself. I will kill everyone. I will eat myself. I will eat everyone. It's like everything. They'll bite any single bullet. I've seen any single, like there isn't a single thing that I haven't seen people bite. I've seen people say it's
How
okay.
much people did you talk until now?
Oh, over 1,000. I don't know.
Only here or in the world?
I mean, mostly in Amsterdam, but also US, Germany, UK, across Europe, and
And are people saying almost the
Same
same,
thing.
or
Everyone's the same.
Okay, so culture doesn't
I would
make a
say
difference.
I would say US has been, in my opinion, the most open-minded people. It's kind of weird because we Europeans see them as
we
like
think we are open-minded.
we think we're open-minded, but
Yes.
in reality, I felt like in US people are more open to change. They're way more open to change than Europeans are.
Yes.
Europeans are a bit more conservative, but what I felt was Europeans are a bit easier to talk to. So it's weird to say, right? Like because you get one thing then the other.
Yes, but it's exactly what I mean. Americans are open to innovation, so
Yeah.
they are open to improving because
Yeah.
they are pioneers. They have to optimize. So that's why they're open, because they're open. If you, they're open because they always see a chance to improve.
Yeah.
So of course, I mean, there is no question about it. What you're saying about the suffering of the animals and the law, and that everybody has the right to have how you say
Body
that?
autonomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the next step absolutely has to promote the improvement that we make as people, as a civilization, if we drop this mechanism, this process.
Thank you for saying that. I'll give you a card because I want to have more conversations with people, and I feel like this one was a long one.
Okay.
There's a thing here called the most important speech you'll ever hear. Do you think
Yeah.
you can give that a watch?
Yes.
I think you'll really like that. It's right up your alley. It's just a guy holding a speech about kind of what we've been discussing now, but in front of a students in US. Somebody filmed it, and it's just a good thing. Until you watch it, do you think you cannot buy any animal products? Don't demand their exploitation until you watch it.
Yes. I was not planning to.
I
I'm
appreciate it.
fasting a lot, so it's no problem for me.
Thank you for having this conversation
very
with me.
much. It was a
You're
nice,
a fascinating person. It's
insightful
interesting to speak to you. Otherwise,
Thank you,
if I wouldn't be doing this, I would love to have more of a conversation with
See
you.
you.
Have a good
success.
one. Cheers. It was a really long conversation, wasn't it? Yeah, I really wanted to speak about animals. He was a nice person, very nice person, but long conversation. And hello everyone, if you're just tuning in here, he was a great thinker. Yeah, I agree. We're having conversations with people, trying to get them to think a little bit. We're trying to see if they can consider the lives of animals a little bit more, because a lot of times we completely disconsider the lives of animals, and they deserve to live too, huh? Marissa says good conversation. I don't know, Marissa. I think I've been trying today. I've been trying to do this method where I ask people what matters to them, but I think I just end up in this position where people just tell me a lot of this thing instead of bridging the gap. So I'll try a slightly different way to bridge the gap, because it's a lot of time. It was fascinating to speak to this guy, but I didn't get to speak enough about the animals, I think. Sorry, I gotta change the battery of the camera. Do you ever go to the farmer's market in Holland? No, not really, no. No, why would I? If I have a supermarket close by, I'm not gonna bike all the way somewhere else, pay a little bit more just to get from the farmer's market. No, don't tell me I forgot a battery. I forgot a battery. Great. Well, we're gonna have to use what we have, I guess, then. Forget it. I put it to charge in the last minute and I forget it. Anik loves going to the farmer's market. Anik, but you don't live where I live, do you? I feel like in some places it's easier than in others. Damn it. I'm almost blinded by this light. It's insane how strong the light is. Let me see if this is still okay. Yeah, here it's still okay. Okay. Chip guy is angry that he keeps getting kicked out of the girls' bathrooms. No. I don't care to go in girls' bathrooms. Just like I don't care to go in boys' bathrooms. I don't know what you guys, like some of you guys with the bathroom problem, I don't know what's in your brain or something. I mean, the thing about it is that you, in order to think that that's an issue, you would actually have to think that that can be an issue, right? Because whenever I go to a bathroom, I absolutely am horrified if there's anybody else there, regardless of their gender, sex, or anything. I'm just horrified. I just don't want anybody there. I just want to be alone. If I go to a bathroom, I want to be alone. So I don't know what you guys are doing in these bathrooms, but yeah, I want to be alone. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This is Rijksmuseum. We're having conversations with people. I can't see shit because of the sun, so if I look in this direction, there's absolutely nothing I can see. The sun is almost direct, like look at this. This is where the sun is. Yeah. If you guys think, somebody said only to beat it, who the fuck masturbates in a bathroom? That's disgusting. Why would you do that in a bathroom? That's the most disgusting place to do it. I don't get it, man. I don't get you people. I don't get you. It's like bathrooms are dirty, man, in general. They're not a good place to be in. They're a place where you do your number one and number two and you move on. I don't know why you and then wash your hands, of course, but I don't know why you guys have this obsession with bathrooms, but I hope you look into it. I hope you look into it. I hope you go to therapy or something and learn why you're so obsessed with bathrooms. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. As I said, we're going to be having more conversations with people. Remember to hit that like and subscribe if you're enjoying these conversations. It was kind of a long one, the last one, but we're going to try to make it a little bit shorter now with the next person. Is that a wool beanie? No, of course not. I don't oppress animals, bro. Bless you. It's made of cotton. It's made of cotton. Greeting from South Wales. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I'm doing okay, yeah. I would like to say I'm enjoying the sun, but it's annoying. It's too much sun. It's my existence is a constant state of suffering from the weather. It's either too cold, too warm, too sunny, not sunny enough. Jesus. It's kind of funny now that I think about it, that I always complain about the weather. You guys want to have a conversation? Well, here in Wales we have rain and wind. I'm glad for the sunshine. It's so grey and drab otherwise. Yeah, Anik, I get it. It is indeed. But Anik, are you coming tomorrow to the... I should apply some sunscreen, I said, when the hour is there. Are you coming to the Vegan Future tomorrow, Anik?
Vorige week ging het zo gezonder. Ik heb ook
Sorry, everyone. I'm just applying a bit of sunscreen. On the lips. People often forget to apply sunscreen on the lips. It's so weird. It's one of the most important parts to apply sunscreen, huh? It's a very sensitive area. Wait, you use sunscreen? You have a problem with sunscreen? Jesus Christ, man, that's pseudoscientific nonsense some of you guys peddle. It's insane. Want to have a conversation with me? Imagine having a problem with sunscreen. How stupid is that? Next Sunday? Okay. Read the ingredients. Why would I read the ingredients of the sunscreen? Do you think that do you know what the appeal to nature fallacy is? Is when you think that something being artificial means it's bad. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad if it's artificial. I think the problem is people don't see me because of the sun also. So the sun is also an issue with my activism. Because people coming from that direction, which most people are coming from, can't really see it. You guys want to have a conversation? Because of the sun. Lol, you think the sun is bad? Well, the UVA and UVB radiation is radiation, and it is damaging. It is, yes, it is ionizing radiation. It's just damaging to the skin, especially. What brand of hat is that? It's from Decathlon. It's nice that it has a little bit of fleece inside, so it has a little bit of a strip here, which prevents the wind. So it's specially made for biking. Awesome growing up. I get a tan in stormy weather. A Appeal to big pharma. Jesus Christ, bro. This isn't even big pharma. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I guess you'll be using all forms of pseudoscience to believe your nonsensical things. Doesn't surprise me. Just know that you'll be the one suffering, huh? Time and time again, the people who have not applied sunscreen have been the ones to suffer later in life. This is already established science. Again, it's just like believing the Earth is flat. Having a problem with sunscreen is almost as bad as thinking the Earth is flat. And the worst one is thinking that it's okay to eat raw meat. That's the worst one. Or drink raw milk. Those are the worst ones. Those are just worse than the Earth is flat, people. Those are just pretty much the stupidest things anybody can think. I think it's the thing about it is that most people don't know how to do risk assessment, do they? I think that's essentially what it comes down to, right? Like also with the way they have issues with vaccines and such, because they cannot do risk assessment, right? They cannot do proper risk assessment. They think that, take for instance with vaccines, they instead of saying, well, the risk of disease lowers if I take a vaccine, they will be like, well, the risk of me taking a vaccine and getting ill is there. So you see, you can't really risk it because the risk of something happening from the vaccine is a much lower risk, and especially if it's something serious happening to it, whereas the risk of disease is much higher if you don't take the vaccine. So it's very, people don't really understand risk assessment. It's the same with sunscreen, isn't it? Because whatever you think that a sunscreen will do to your skin, it does not compare with the risk of melanoma, with the risk of skin cancer, with the risk of burning your skin, with the risk of damaging your skin. So I don't know why you would want to do that, but yeah, again, risk assessment. It's the same with what is it? Raw meat and raw milk. People don't know how to do risk assessment. The risk of take for instance raw milk, it has a little bit of extra bacteria that could be good, but the risk that it has bad bacteria is incredibly high. So that risk alone is stupid because essentially you again I'm vegan, you know, so I don't really think you should be drinking milk anyway, but if you are and you're going to be drinking it unpasteurized, then you're just going to be behaving incredibly stupidly. So don't be stupid. Just don't be stupid, okay? Just be smart. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. That's all I'm saying. Don't be stupid. Learn risk assessment, and your life will change for the better. Don't do it for me, don't do it for anybody else, do it for yourself. Risk assessment is something you should learn for yourself. It will help you in life, and it will help you make better decisions, which will eventually lead to a better health outcome down the line. And not just a better health outcome, because it's not about mortality, essentially it's about morbidity. It's a better morbidity. That, in other words, you'll have less disease as you grow older. Simply by listening to the simple things. Hey, Mr. Flake is here. But, I don't know. I feel like today I've been speaking about everything else other than animal products, other than the exploitation, abuse, and slaughter that we do to animals. And honestly, I'm just here to speak up for the animals. And by the way, everything I've said so far about risk assessment and everything like this, you can please fact check me and use empirical data. I'm willing to change my mind if I'm wrong. I don't care about being right. I care about having the right information. You guys want to try a social experiment? You guys want to try a social experiment? Much love from New Zealand. Hey, nice to see you here. So many of you really love to hate me. I don't know why, but go on, hate me. I don't really care. I'm still gonna speak up for animals. No matter how much you hate me, I'm gonna be the voice of animals and the voice of reason. No matter how much you hate it. I'm just gonna, and probably the reason why a lot of you hate me so much for speaking truth to power is because you know that I'm right. You know that the exploitation of sentient beings is wrong. You guys wanna have a conversation? You know that, okay, let's focus. Let's try to get some people because I feel like haven't had any good conversations today. I'm gonna make breakfast today just because of you.
Hi.
Hi.
What is it about?
Animals.
Animals?
Yeah.
Ah.
You wanna try it?
What about animals?
Well, I'm live on YouTube. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You wanna come? Give me a second. Let me.
Yeah, but what are you doing about animals?
I'll explain. You wanna come here, stage view? What's your name?
Lorine.
Lorena. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
France.
France. I'm originally from Romania, but I live here. I'm an animal rights activist. I want to ask you, what do you think we have in common with other animals?
Oh, it's a difficult question.
It's a difficult question.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it really that difficult to find something that we have in common with animals? I can ask you a question. Do they breathe?
Yes.
Yes. Do they think?
I think so.
Do they feel?
Sure.
Do they have emotions?
Sure.
Do they experience life?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of? What does kind of mean?
Not the same as humans.
Well, you and I experience life differently. I wouldn't say you kind of experience life because you experience it differently from me, right?
Indeed.
Right. Yeah, so they do all that. So then, do you think it's okay to treat animals as if they don't do that and just like objects?
No.
No. No, but do you think when we farm them, when we force them into slaughterhouses for
No.
our products, do you think we're treating them like objects? We're not treating them like objects when we're farming them?
No. It's normal, of course. We
Sarah?
shouldn't treat them like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so we shouldn't farm them, right?
No.
Yeah, so...
But it's difficult because I'm not vegan, so it's a bit.
Well, why aren't you vegan?
Because I love food. I'm French, so I can't imagine my life without eating animals. So
Do you eat dogs?
no,
Can you imagine your life without eating dogs?
why not?
Okay, so why can't you imagine your life without eating other sentient beings?
I don't know.
You don't know? What if dog steak was like fucking delicious? Like just
But
out
I
of this
thi-
world. Out of
Yeah,
this world.
I think it's
delicious.
very difficult to get this kind of conversation just about
Why?
It's more about ideas and
Well, it's not because I'm
choice
here
and-
to speak for their rights, right? So when you buy an animal product,
Yeah.
you are treating them like an object. You understand that, right? I mean, you can admit it or you cannot admit it. That's the reality. You can either be in touch with the reality of it and admit it, or you can choose to deny it, but you would still be denying reality. Because just to be clear, nobody
but it's-
cares
it's-
what's in their mind.
I
Nobody
think
cares
it's
what they
too
want.
complicated debate for me today.
Nobody has to debate. I'm just here to try and stop you from oppressing animals, from abusing them.
I will keep it in mind.
You'll keep it in mind. How
Yeah.
many more animals should be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you?
I will keep it in mind.
You'll keep it in mind? So how many more should be exploited, abused, and slaughtered?
Thank you.
For what?
We go?
So you want to keep abusing animals? Is it really nice to abuse animals like that? Walking animal abuser over there. Animal abuser. I tried to poke her a little bit, but it didn't work. At least we got to the point faster, huh? She wants to be blind? Yeah. I called her an animal abuser. Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but somebody had to. What a dickhead. I agree. Imagine saying that it's okay to exploit, abuse, and slaughter animals. That's fucking insane, huh? Simply because you want to, or because you're French. Imagine that. How immature, I agree. Imagine denying reality, denying the reality that you pay for animals to be objectified. That's so immature, exactly. Great logic with the cats and dogs makes you think. I don't know, this whole idea of I can't imagine living my life without eating animals. You wanna have a conversation? Maybe I should hold the sign in this direction. Yeah, who's that boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. He wants to talk to me. The little dog wants to talk to me. What should we eat? Plants and plant-based product, bro. should respect all animals. Don't just eat animals. Don't see them like commodities. What should we eat? It's so insane to me that I want to speak about animal rights and everybody just brings it about, okay, but what can I put through my mouth hole? What the fuck? Like, do you really lack that much imagination that you don't know what to put through your mouth to get nutrition without exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of an innocent sentient being? Do you really have that little knowledge in nutrition that you can't possibly understand? Well, how the hell do I do it? Oh, that's okay. If you don't know, that's fine. Like, say you don't know, but we have so many choices. We have Challenge 22, they can help you. We have ChatGPT, we have Google. But don't make claims that you need it or that, because that's the stupid thing, right? That's the thing that gets everyone going. Like, it's just ridiculous. Or it's justified because I've been doing it or stuff like that. Come on. A lot of French people today. Can I have a conversation? Can I have a conversation? I'm making vegan BLTs next week. That's nice. I mean, honestly, in today's age, to not know the fact that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, it means to be either ignorant about it, which is fine. No, there's nothing wrong with being ignorant on this part.
Can I talk to you?
Yeah, sure. You want to have a conversation?
Absolutely.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
What it is?
Animals.
Animals.
Yeah.
I'm pretty ignorant about it, but I can do it.
Yeah, no worries. Let's see. You want to come? Here's the train view.
Sure.
What's your name?
I'm Monty.
Monty, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Where are you from, Monty?
I'm originally from India, but I'm living in Italy.
From India, but you live in Italy.
Yes.
So, Monty, I'm an animal rights activist. I want to speak up for animals.
Okay.
How do you think about animals? How do you see them?
How do I see them?
Yeah. Do you think they're objects or do you think they're subjects? Let's start there.
I would say subject.
Yeah. Do you think they experience life? What do you think we have in common with them?
Well, we have a lot in common with them,
Yeah.
except the conscious part, I would say.
Well, they're conscious too. What do you mean?
Yes, I was telling
Yeah.
you that I don't know about the animal psychology, but if they are conscious,
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I think they probably would be able to think
They
better.
think?
They think, but they don't think better than human animals.
No, they don't. No, they don't
Right?
think better than human animals. That's
Yeah.
true. So they do indeed have a conscious. They do indeed think. They probably not as well as human animals. So it's difficult to say because we don't know. Like I don't know
Exactly.
if you think better than me, right? Like who knows
Exactly.
who thinks better.
Uh-huh.
We know that they experience life. We know that they have emotions. Do you think all of these means that we should be respecting their experience of life? Means leaving them
Absolutely.
alone if we don't
Absolutely.
need to use them or kill them?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do you think that when we farm them, we do the opposite, where it is that we're using them and killing them?
Yes, but the thing is, there enters the part of evolutionary psychology or evolutionary behavior of humans, right? We always use the animals. I mean, it's like, I don't know if the evolution would support that argument. I'm not sure about that. And what do you think about it?
So first of all, first of all, I don't care about evolution in this situation. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter
Why
if we.
so? Don't you think
Be-
so? We be excluding
be-
a whole lot of
No, because
actual
even
critical
if-
information?
Let's imagine this way: if there was rape down the lineage of
Uh-huh.
you and me,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't mean rape should continue.
Absolutely not. I
So
agree. I
that would
totally
be
agree.
part of your evolution to say sort. So it doesn't really matter.
Uh-huh.
But what matters is we have health outcomes that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet.
True.
So that's all
true.
that matters.
I agree.
We have nutritional information. We have
True.
it's already established information that we can be healthy.
Absolutely.
So
okay.
then we don't need to farm them. We don't need to use them.
That I agree.
So then how can it be justified to do so when they have an experience of life?
It should not be. It should not be, because right now we have a lot of options. okay?
Exactly.
Right now
Exactly,
we have
exactly.
evolved to a point where we don't need to kill animals
Yeah.
to eat them and to really feed us.
Yeah.
Right now it's only about the taste and the habits, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that is not justified at all.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause I come from a vegetarian family. I
Yeah.
grew up vegetarian. Okay, I come from a Buddhist family, so we don't eat meat there.
But you eat dairy products, huh?
I eat dairy products.
They're
Yes,
very cruel to animals.
They are, but
They're the cruelest to the animals.
they're like the traditional diets. Like in my culture, we don't actually use any kinds of like farmings, heavy farmings. We only do like kind of like very light kind of farmings.
Same thing, is it?
Yeah, it could be, but the thing is, the bear, it's still better than killing the animal, I would say.
They do kill the animals.
The dairy products.
Oh, so much, yeah.
Why so?
So why
how
do cows produce milk, or buffaloes? I guess if you're from India, why do they produce milk?
Why do they produce milk?
Yeah, like what's the biological reason behind it?
That I don't know.
It's to feed their babies. To feed their babies, right? They make it
Okay.
for their babies. So they have to get pregnant. Do you think they get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers impregnate them?
The farmers impregnate them,
Yeah,
obviously.
farmers impregnate them. The procedure, artificial insemination, is called most of the time, like 80 to
True.
90% of the time.
True.
They put the hands in the anus of a cow to hold their
True.
cervix,
True.
and then they inject semen in their vagina.
True.
Another person has to jerk off a bull for that to happen, which is
True.
kind of insane if you think about it.
True.
And yeah, when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
What happens to them?
Yeah.
The babies, they get separated from their, I guess the calves are separated
Yeah,
from
do you
the
know why
mothers
they do that?
Because of the milk production. They need the milk because
Yeah.
otherwise the cow would drink the milk, right?
Exactly. You're amongst the few people who got that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why.
That's why they do it.
And if the baby is born male, what do you think happens to them? They don't
They
produce milk.
kill it. They kill it. Oh, they're gonna use them for some. In my culture back then, like 80 years ago, 90 years ago, they were used for some loads pulling stuff.
They would enslave them.
Yes, they would enslave them, and otherwise they would kill them.
Yeah.
They're-
Yeah, that's one killing, and then the females, they get repeatedly impregnated like their mothers,
True.
and then
Farmed basically. Yes,
yeah,
that's
and
what they do.
at the age of 6 they kill them also, and they can live 20, 40 years. Do you know why they kill them at that age?
Because they can't produce anymore.
Yeah,
Reproduce
yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, they either don't reproduce
They're
or
useless.
yeah,
basically
they're-
used as resources.
Yeah.
If you can't produce anything from them, just kill them.
Wouldn't you say that's incredibly cruel to treat them that way?
It is, because if we agree that they're, how can I say, they experience life.
Yeah, they do.
And then I don't think so. They are. But what would happen if we just leave them as it is? Don't you think so? It's going to be creating some problems for our planet.
Well,
animals.
quite the opposite, because we bring them into existence
True.
as we've established. So we would have less animals to feed,
Uh-huh.
and we could feed more people in that manner. Because when we feed people animal products, we have to feed a lot more to the animals so that we can get a lot less in the process.
True.
So we would get a lot more.
So what is it that you actually are you doing? Are you like kind of like awareness, or what is it? That
Awareness, and I'm trying to get people to go vegan. Have you ever
Okay.
considered going vegan?
No, honestly, no. I don't think so if I can do it. But I do contemplate some arguments. I do have some family members who are vegan.
What do you think being vegan means?
I think being vegan means obviously no meats plus no dairy products. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Plant-based diet,
that's
mostly?
something that a vegan does, right? Like it's as you said, it's a plant-based diet. But being vegan just
Yes.
means you respect the rights of animals.
True.
Because
Okay.
if I'm going to say I respect the rights of women, I couldn't possibly say I do that if I choose for women to be treated like objects for me, right?
True.
So, do you think you should respect the rights of animals?
Absolutely, we should respect the rights of
So then you
animals.
should be vegan, right?
No, technically we should be vegan. I'm
Yeah.
not vegan right now.
Should
I
you
do
be?
No, I should be vegan. I should
Yeah.
be vegan. I agree with that. But the thing is, I live in a system where it's quite impossible for me. I mean, the shoes that I'm wearing probably use some kind of leather, even if I'm vegan.
There's vegan leather.
There is vegan leather, absolutely. But the thing is,
Vegan leather.
Absolutely, but the thing is, the economies of scale won't make any sense for me because I'm a poor guy, right?
It's cheaper to be vegan.
It is. Maybe, but the
It's
place
100% cheaper to be vegan.
It-
It's
it-
like 30%.
the place
by
where I am from, I don't think so.
Italy or India, they're
Italy
cheap,
is.
they're both cheaper.
How can you say so?
Because
How
I've
can you
spoken to
substantiate?
many. I have people who live in Italy. First of all, we have studies showing that in Western Europe,
What kind of
including
studies
Italy.
is that? Can you refer some?
I cannot. My phone is over there, but if you look for the cost of a sustainable diets, I think it's called, one study, and it talks about specifically this, and it shows that being on a plant-based diet is up to 30% cheaper
Could be. I agree with that.
in Western, because we a lot of the times when people think about vegan food, they think about like plant-based meats or stuff like that, or plant-based cheese, but you're not going to be eating that often. Maybe every once in a while, but most of the times you're eating pasta, rice, beans, chickpeas, lentils, tofu.
That's my
Especially
diet,
if you're,
actually.
Yeah,
That's
if
what
you're-
I'm eating
if
right
you-
now.
I mean, if you're from India, what is it? Paneer, you replace it with
Yes,
tofu,
yes.
and the
Lentils, lots of lentils.
lentils,
Lots of pulses.
ghee or butter, you replace it with like oil or vegan butter,
Sure.
and the yogurt thing that you eat,
I
you
agree.
can replace it with soy yogurt, right?
That's-
So you can have exactly the same meal with slightly different taste,
Sure.
without paying for animals to be treated like an object anymore.
Sure. I can think about it. Thanks for the reflection.
So how many more animals should be exploited for you from now on? Should it be 0 or more than 0?
I would like to say less than 0 if it is possible, or 0.
Yeah,
not animals
that would
at
mean
all.
going vegan now. So how about we do this? I'll give you a card that
Sure.
can help you achieve that.
Sure.
So there's a documentary here called Dominion.
Thank you.
It shows what animals go through. Can you give that a watch?
Absolutely.
And you have their thing called Challenge 22. For
Okay.
22 days, they hook you up with a dietitian. They send you
Okay.
recipes every day, and they help
Okay.
you go vegan for free.
Okay.
Whatever
I can
budgetary
try that.
concern, whatever health concern you have, they can help you with all of it.
I can try that. Sure.
can try that?
I give it a try. Sure.
Okay, so just get educated, watch Dominion, because I
Absolutely.
think you can. There's nothing wrong with being educated
Absolutely.
on the matter,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And until you
Obviously.
watch it, how about you don't consume any animal
Thanks for a
products?
good food of thought. Good
Okay,
luck. Thanks.
Have a good one. I think I saw a donation. Great outreach. I don't know. I think he was kind of like fleeing at the end. I think in the last conversation, I just remember that I saw somebody donate something, and I want to read it now. Oh, I guess I missaw. It's very difficult with the. Oh, I think I just saw my pinned message. Sorry, everyone. I hope you've understood. You've enjoyed the conversation so far. He did care. I don't know. I got mixed feelings. He seemed like a nice person. He seemed like he agreed, but I got mixed feelings whether he'll change or not. I mean, I feel like getting most people to try Challenge 22 is a really good one. So that's a good one. Oh, Pia's here. Hello, Pia. Are sardines okay to eat? They're sentient beings. No, don't eat them. Leave them alone. Are humans okay to eat? No, they're sentient beings. Leave them alone. Are dogs okay to eat? No, they're sentient beings. Leave them alone. I think the better question is, am I oppressing a sentient being if I want to consume the flesh of a human? Yes. Am I oppressing a sentient being if I'm consuming the flesh of a sardine? Yes. That's the question to ask. Not if they're okay to eat, because you can eat whatever you want. Nobody's judging you. Oh, my thing was scrolled. I live in Metro Detroit and I'm vegan. Hell yeah, nice to have you here. Lady 14. I saw you yesterday also here, Lady 14. Why didn't chickens fly? I don't know. I can't read all that nonsense. If you guys want me to read something out loud, I think today you might have to send like a super chat or something, because it's very difficult to read anything that's said there.
Hey.
Hey, you wanna have a conversation?
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Oh, okay, sure. Wait, let me just pause the podcast. What are you talking about?
What are you listening to?
Oh my God, Diary of a CEO. Do
Diary
you
of a
know
CEO.
about this, podcast?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of
And
it. I never
literally the
listened to it.
topic of the podcast is how to have conversations.
How to have conversations.
So I saw this, I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So you're okay being live on
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah,
right?
sure.
What's your name?
Sophia.
Sophia. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Where are you from, Sophia?
A few places.
Few places.
Yeah.
Do you live here or do you?
Yeah, I live in Amsterdam. I
Nice.
moved here 2 years ago with my husband.
Oh, I live here also. I'm from Romania originally, but I live here.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, Sophia, because I'm an animal rights activist.
Okay.
And I fight for the rights of animals. How do you see animals? Do you see them like
Gosh.
objects, subjects? How do you see them?
I see them as living beings.
Living beings. Yeah.
I see them. Some animals are really intelligent.
Yeah.
I think a lot of animals have feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
most animals
we should,
have
of
feelings,
course,
yeah.
animals. We should protect animals. Yeah, not be cruel to them.
Yeah. If I ask you, what do you think we have in common with them? You mentioned one thing. We have feelings. They
Yeah.
have feelings. Do you think that they form memories from what they do?
Oh, absolutely. Like, isn't it that elephants have the greatest memories? But now they're proving that even like birds, like crows, for example, they remember things, and mice have memories. So, absolutely, yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah. Do you think that they experience life? That they go through life experiencing it like we do, like make memories, have emotions,
Yeah.
maybe make bonds with other individuals?
I think so.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. What else? Oh, I mean, I guess that's enough. We
Yeah.
don't really need to go that deep. Do you think is it okay to treat them like objects? Like, for instance, what I mean by that is not be interested in what they want out of life, that the fact that they want to experience life, and us just caring about what their body gives, and you know.
I mean, I think the reality is we are also animals, right? Like
Yeah.
we also evolved from, if you believe in the theory of evolution, I also think that we have a lot of things in common, but I think human beings think that we're superior. So we eat animals, we treat them badly, and so on. Yeah. So,
Yeah, but do you think we need to do all this to them?
I mean, absolutely, I don't think we need to do anything. I don't think we need to inflict pain on anyone.
Yeah.
Like if we shouldn't inflict pain on humans, and we shouldn't inflict pain on animals.
Well, let me put it this way. Do you think, for example, do we need to wear leather?
Do we need to wear leather? I don't wear leather.
But do we need to? Do you think it's a necessity? Would you die if you don't wear
absolutely
leather?
not. No,
No. Okay.
absolutely
Would you
not.
be shunned by society if you don't wear leather?
Will I be shunned by society? That's
you
an
don't wear
interesting
leather.
question. No.
No.
You wouldn't be shunned by
Of course
society.
not.
It's a choice, right? Some
It's a
people
choice,
love
yeah.
leather, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
not for me. So.
What about the eating animal products? Do you think can you live without eating animal products?
I think I can. I have tried to be vegan. I'm not vegan.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you're vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, so I have tried veganuary, right? Because obviously January, I've tried it before. And it's hard to do if you've been eating animal products all your life, because that's the norm and that's the society that we live in. It's doable, but it's very challenging. But I think also from a health point of view, you know, you have all this research like, yeah, nutritionally, are you going to get all of your nutrition from eating only plant-based products and so on? So I think it's also about finding the right balance. I mean, kudos to people who are vegans, but I think, yeah, I mean,
Is it really balanced if I say, in order for me to live, I have to kill a woman every once in a while?
of course not.
Of course not. So
Yeah.
how can it be balanced if we say, in order for me to live, I will want to kill an animal every once in a while?
Yeah, I mean the thing is we're so removed from it, right? Like you're
Yeah.
not seeing the animals being killed in the supermarket. You're just picking up a fish or you're picking up a chicken, and you don't really see the cruelty. If I was facing that animal being slaughtered, I probably would make.
You want to see it?
different
Because I have
choices.
a
No, thanks.
magazine. I have a gore
No,
magazine.
no. That's fine. But are you like are you promoting, you know, more veganism?
I
or-
don't care what you call yourself. So I'm just here to speak up for animals. So being vegan essentially means respecting the rights of animals. Being vegan to an animal, being vegan is to an animal what being a feminist is to a woman, right? It means respecting their rights.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am trying to get people to go vegan, to be vegan.
Yeah.
But I don't care if you want to label yourself a vegan or anything else, right? Because
Yeah.
for me, it's all about not paying for them to go to slaughterhouses,
Yeah.
not paying for them to be treated like objects.
Yeah.
Because if you were in their shoes, you wouldn't want that to happen. And whatever difficulty you think you may have in doing so,
Yeah.
I believe that if you take into consideration the victim also, which is them,
Yeah.
I think the difficulty kind of pales into comparison.
So I have thought about this, right? And I also have discussions with my husband about it sometimes. And I mean, if you look at the animal kingdom, like animals also eat other animals,
Yeah.
right? There are also herbivores and there are also carnivores, and there are
Yeah.
some animals who will, lions and tigers will also then hunt other animals, and it's just sort of like the natural order. I think I do believe that humans have, with the whole like farming and you know how many billions of cows and billions of, I just recently read *Sapiens* also, so reread it, and they talk about like you know how the pigs are, you know, they have a lot of feelings and emotions, and the cows as well. And when I read that, I obviously feel it's not fair to them, but I also think that like you talking to me, I don't know how much difference that's gonna make, but there are all these big industries that are supporting it, and how.
Where do they get money from?
We almost need to stop that from
But
happening.
where do they get money from?
Yeah, they get it from consumers, but they also. What's the alternative? I mean, you know, they
Be
try to do
plant-based.
they try to do creating meat in a lab, like that never went
That's an
anywhere.
alternative.
And you have all these other like vegan products and things like
Yeah.
that. So
We have alternatives, right? Like you live in Amsterdam, and Amsterdam it's much cheaper to be vegan.
Yeah.
It's not only that, and you have so many excellent plant-based products.
Yeah.
Like you go into Albert Heijn and you'll have, if you want to eat beef, you have a thing called leaded beef.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost identical. It would be almost an insult to an animal to say I'd rather you get killed because there's a little bit of a taste difference, right?
yeah,
And milk, dairy products, all of these are absolutely. Do you know about milk? Do you know what cows go through for milk?
not really, no.
So, why do you think cows produce milk? Let's start there.
the same reason a woman who has a child produces
Yeah,
milk.
exactly. Because they had a child, right?
Yeah.
You're already ahead of me because I for a lot of people like me for a long time I just thought they eat grass and they produce milk, but
Right.
no, they produce milk because they had a baby. So farmers have to impregnate them, and do you
And
think
they take the calves away, and then
take
they
the
get
calves
the milk.
away? Yeah, and why do you think they do that? Why do you think they take the calves away, for example?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
Because if the calf stay with the mother, they'll drink the milk, and
Yeah.
farmer needs to control that. Sometimes, like they keep them separate. Sometimes they feed them back some of the milk, but most of the times they just feed them back formula.
Yeah.
And yeah, I already think that's fucked up to do. I don't know if you had how your relationship with your parents was, but my parents worked when I was a child, and the sheer fact of them not being there for me was already kind of damaging for me. I can't even imagine how it is for an animal to be taken away from their mothers and always kept separate from them.
Yeah. So what is your what is your ideal solution, like scenario? You want everybody to be a vegan?
I mean, that would be ideal, but realistically speaking, I don't think anybody can be vegan, just like not everybody is a feminist today, right? Like,
Yeah.
not everybody respects the rights of women. But my ideal solution is to speak to as many people as possible, get as many
Yeah.
people vegan as possible,
Yeah.
and at some point make regulations.
Yeah.
Because right now there's just way too few people who are vegan, so we can't possibly go to governments and corporations and fight them back because just too many people are funding it, right? So, like with every single thing in our history, slavery, women not having rights, it's all about the majority of people aligning on the same idea that we shouldn't be doing this to them.
Yeah.
But if
I
you,
think no, keep spreading the message. I mean, I like it. I think you're doing a good job. I think it's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
It's very hard to break habits. It's very
It is,
hard
yeah.
to.
The
I mean,
habit
there's
is
a lot.
that's the
I
only
think
difficult part.
Yeah, and because it's so easily available as well, I think it's really difficult for people to do. But I think you should keep encouraging people. I mean, I have tried on and off every now and again. I do try to eat more vegetable products anyway. But then, I go back to eating like fish or chicken or whatever animal products.
But
every
all
now
these
and
are
again.
being so feel, they're being
I know.
so have an experience.
Yeah,
of
I
life.
agree. I do agree. I think it's sort of like being human, right? Like you're kind of just like caught in that. It is. I think it's like a step-by-step thing. I think if people like you and others keep trying to do what you're doing, then maybe slowly, I think the younger generation for sure, people in the,
Yeah, but do
Gen
you
Z.
acknowledge the responsibility you have for the exploitation and slaughter that you demand?
Do I don't really think about it.
You don't think about it, but right now, do you acknowledge that you are responsible for it because you do demand the exploitation and slaughter of animals?
I mean, not willingly. I think it happens. It does happen, I guess. I mean, now that you're asking me.
Because you buy these products, right? Like when you buy these products, you demand that these products are made, and therefore these products are made by exploiting an animal. There's no way to do it. There's no way to make eggs, milk, honey, meat without exploiting an animal.
Yeah.
So when you buy them, you obviously demand that happen. Maybe not the animal that was exploited for that product, but another one
Yeah.
so that they can make a product to replace it.
I am going to think about that.
You're gonna think about
Yeah,
that? How
all
many
right.
more animals should be exploited for you from now on?
I don't know. I'm not going to be able to promise anything,
You're
but
not gonna promise
I'm going to
anything.
think about. I'm think about.
What
this
would you
conver-
do if you were in the position of the victim?
If I was an animal myself?
No, if you were in the position of the victim, if somebody were oppressing you, trying to get you pregnant so that they can use your milk and then kill your baby and kill
obviously,
you.
yeah. Well, that's obviously not a good thing, is it?
Yeah, and you wouldn't accept it as a justification if somebody said, well, I'll think about it. I'll just pay them to do it to you and then I'll stop, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, good initiative, and good talking to you.
There's a documentary here called Dominion. Do you think you could give that a watch?
Sure.
And until you watch it, how do you think you can choose to no longer buy any animal products?
I will try. I will try.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a
okay,
good one.
thanks.
Cheers. She was running away. My battery is dying on the thing. You wanna have a conversation? Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Oh yeah, okay, I'm fine with that.
You wanna come here, State Champion?
Is this my 2 minutes of fame?
What's your name? I don't know. There's not that many people
I'm
watching.
Keith. I'm from Canada.
Keith from Canada.
Yes.
Love it. Where from in Canada?
Alberta.
Alberta. Okay, I've been to Toronto and I thought it was amazing.
Have you been to Niagara Falls?
I have not. No, it's on my bucket list, I guess.
Oh, you got to see it. The power of the water is amazing.
I get it. I get it. Keith, I'm Chip. I'm an animal rights activist. I want to speak about animals. How do you feel about animals?
I'm vegan.
You're vegan already?
Yes.
Fucking love it. Is it difficult to be vegan, Keith?
Of course it is.
It's difficult.
Of course it is. I mean, the world's changing, but when I travel, I try to find vegan restaurants, right? And I don't know, probably, and maybe in your experience, do you ever get the, oh, do you eat fish?
Oh, it's difficult to deal with people. I'll give you that. Like as a vegan, the only difficult thing I found was dealing with people, not finding food or finding products for me personally.
Oh, see, I don't find that because, okay, for one, I'm a practical vegan. When I go out and I eat, let's say, for example, if there's eggs in something, and because there's not many choices, you have to, and I understand.
Do you have to?
It's so difficult to get pure vegan food from where I'm from.
In Alberta?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's all animal, cow, beef. It's like the Texas North.
I mean, my sister lives in North Carolina, and I haven't had any issues being vegan there. There's
Yeah.
always options.
I've found it difficult.
Okay.
So it's not that, and I mean I believe in animal rights and everything else, but I don't disrespect people who aren't vegan because we are omnivorous. I still think we have better options than that, but at this point, I don't know if we're going to change the world.
I mean, I don't know. I think the world is slowly changing, but
Yes.
we do have to. I mean, obviously, I think there's a difference between being a vegan and an animal rights activist. I understand you're a vegan and not an animal rights activist. You don't like telling people to be vegan, but I would argue that you still think people should be vegan, and I'll do a little experiment just to prove that. Take for instance, if somebody is kicking a dog right here on the street, would you tell them to stop, or would you join them, or would you walk on by and do nothing?
Okay. So, yes, I would tell them to stop, but then let's move this from a pet, an animal that we view as part of the family, to animals we eat.
It doesn't really matter, right? Because at the end of the day, if they're kicking a pig, would you still would you walk on by and do nothing, or would you tell them to stop?
I would tell them to stop, but I grew up in a farm. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been vegan for about 17 years. And originally, and I know people have disagreements, but I was vegan for health reasons. But I do.
That's plant-based.
But yes, but then of course I do respect animals and say they have intelligence and things like this, and they have rights for life and things like this. So, but we're always trained with you take the meat and keep it away from the animal itself. I really think that people who eat meat should have to kill it themselves. That would change a world,
I don't think anybody should kill animals because, as I said in this example, just to be clear, if you're the person just walking, like being vegan, in this example, somebody's kicking a pig.
Yeah.
If you're not vegan, you're essentially the person going and joining them to kick the pig. If you are vegan, you're just the person walking by and doing nothing. And if you're an activist, you're the person who stands up for the animal and says stop. So just because the kicking or the killing of the animal doesn't happen in front of you but happens behind closed doors, it still doesn't mean you shouldn't speak up for it, right? That's
I agree.
This is the point that I'm saying, and me saying, for example, that I think people should be allowed to eat meat is like saying I think people should be allowed to kick pigs or kill pigs. I don't think so. I don't have a problem with what people put to their mouth. My problem is with the exploitation, the abuse, and slaughter of animals.
Oh, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. Like, I'm against the killing of animals for food and everything else. But what I'm saying now is, at this point in life, it's just a thing. Like, I hope it stops at some point.
I also hope so. Yeah.
But I'm not going to hate on or disagree with people who do eat because, again, that's our choice. Just like we have a choice to be vegan or animal rights activists, they have a choice to do what they want. And I actually find...
I disagree. I don't think they should have that choice.
I do, because then...
Well, if I lived during slavery times, people had choices to have slaves. I wouldn't have said it's their choice to have slaves. I still would have said, no, you shouldn't have a slave. I still would have stood up for those people.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But, again, isn't that a form of... What would you say? So I follow Buddhist principles.
Yeah.
But I'm not Buddhist, right? And shouldn't we have tolerance and try to teach others?
Oh, I'm trying to teach them in that
Yeah.
manner. Like, I wouldn't blame somebody who doesn't know what they're doing or isn't aware of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I wouldn't go around telling people how dare you be that way. But if I speak to somebody and if I have a conversation with them and they kind of understand the point and then they still choose to participate in it, then I mean I will pass judgment on them because it's like it's exactly the same as kicking a pig, or it's just some form of refusal to understand it or engage with it. If they decide, however, to change, I'm gonna stop judging them. I would still love it if they changed immediately, but I mean it's such a low barrier for me to personally judge somebody. Essentially, it's just you just want to change. That's all it is. Just hell, I want to change. That's it, and I want to take a step towards change, and that's enough for me. that's enough for me to not judge you. But if you say, yeah, it's bad, what the animals go through, it's bad. You watch I have a book called the Gore magazine, which shows what animals go through. You look at it and you're like, yeah, but they're animals, it doesn't matter, or stuff like that. Then I'm gonna be like, well, I don't think you're being honest. I think you really want to eat meat and you're just justifying that choice by looking at this horrific thing and saying it's okay. So I don't think that's a nice thing to do. I think during slavery times, any person who would have said, it's difficult for me to give up slaves because they do so much for me, could have easily said the same thing, that I don't think it's that bad that that person is beating a slave. I don't think it's that bad that they're raping them. I don't think, like, they would have easily come up with the same justifications, because it's an injustice, right? It's an injustice towards these animals, and people participating in an injustice should at least try to stop. If they don't, then I think they should know. If they know about the injustice, I think they deserve judgment. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's the judgment thing. It's like saying my religion's better than your religion, right?
It's not, because
But
it's
it's
about
not.
the rights of an individual. It's not the my point of view or their point of view. I don't care. Like we have different point of views even amongst us
Yeah, yeah.
vegans about a lot of things.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Me too.
But it's about the innocent animal. There's no if
I
you take the
agree.
point of view of that animal, there's no way you can say that what we're doing to them is good. There's absolutely no way. So then you either have to neglect that point of view, which that means you intentionally disregard the animal, which to me that's already like a bad thing to do. Why would you do that? So then I'm going to pass judgment, or I don't know what other situation you have where you somehow are you think humans are this magical thing that we are the individuals and they are just machines or something, because there's a lot of people who see animals like that.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree, and I think that's where, and probably you're gonna get some viewers, but religion's fucked everything up.
I
Or
fucking
screwed
hate
everything.
religion.
because in religion, God
Yeah.
made man master of all, which I totally disagree with.
Yeah.
Totally disagree, and I agree with your point. I honestly agree with your point.
Yeah.
As I'm vegan and I meet people who are meat eaters and things like this.
It's difficult to have conversations with them. That's a reality, and it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable,
But-
and they don't like it. But
But the conversations I do have are a lot of people like, oh, well, I do eat meat, but I try not to eat as much, right? So they're trying to come down to meet with me on some
Yeah.
level, and usually the things I talk about is that, again, I know I'm not going to change them, and this is why I say, well,
but that's not true. You should know. A lot of people have changed from me
no,
discussing with them,
no,
or
no,
discussion
no,
that they
I
have
know,
read.
but I mean, I'm not a radical in your face guy.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So my viewpoint is I'm not against people eating meat because that's what we do. Like that's what happens now. I
Even
said-
knowingly that they harm an animal, even knowingly.
But I can't change that.
You can't change it, but you can still be against it. You can't
No,
change
oh.
the injustice happening between Israel and Palestine, but you can still form an opinion and be
Oh,
against it.
I do.
Right?
I let them know my opinion.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what I usually say is, okay, as we evolved, meat was a form of protein, and that's how we had to live, right? I believe we're beyond that.
Yeah.
But I say what I'm really against is factory farming, and most people I talk to who do eat meat are like, yeah, I don't like that either.
But they're all bad. Factory farming. In fact, there's
Yeah.
studies showing that animals in factory farming have it better than animals in regular farming.
Yeah, but the point is just the way the animals are in cages and stuff. But what I'm trying to say is that the people who do eat meat do have that feeling against the animal abuse that
Yeah.
way, right? So at least we're finding common ground.
No, yeah, 100%. But the thing about it is, I think, if I may say something,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you shouldn't say that people should be allowed to do what they want, because when we do that, we validate that choice. And I think we can say, hey, I can't change what people do. That's okay. You can say that, which is true. You can't change what
Yeah.
they do, and maybe I'm not looking for them to change. I would love it if they change, but I'm not actively trying to change them. But if we say it's okay if they make this choice, it's validating the choice. Because when we don't want, like, we shouldn't validate that choice. We should. That is a bad choice. That's a choice where animals are exploited. It's not bad for me. It's not bad for them, or maybe it is for either. It's bad for the animals, and that's how we should see things in our society. When there's a victim that's oppressed, we should say, even if everybody participates in it, we should still make that choice unacceptable, or see it as it should be unacceptable, not just validate it or say it's okay.
Oh, I totally agree. I completely agree with you, right? But I mean, the point is with radical vegans who are screaming in your face, blood, murder, PETA, right? Which just makes the people who do have make the choice of eating meat just hate, right? And they just get strong and they go, oh, you're just stupid.
There's people who backfire, it's true. There's people who backfire, but the reason why a lot of these screaming activists, as we call them, the reason why they do it this way is because they gather a lot of attention. And in reality, the only thing that people need in order to think about the animals, in order to go in that direction, is a reminder that these are animals. Because they go into a supermarket, they go into a store, they completely forgot there was an innocent animal behind all that.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like it.
Exactly.
You don't see the eyes.
And this is what they do. It's not because, I mean, everybody's aware that nobody likes people screaming at people. Nobody likes that.
Yeah.
But it does gather attention, and then it does call for people to think about it.
Yes, but then if you really want to get into the psychology of it, so you can call the attention to the murder of animals, right?
Yeah.
And people are against that, like kicking the dog and kicking the pigs and stuff like this. But they still want to eat meat, so they're still going to justify it. So they still...
Some people won't.
Yeah, some people won't. No, I totally agree. But most people will. They'll still go in the supermarket.
I don't know if that's
steak.
true, though.
They'll look at that steak and they won't see the animal behind it. So my dad had a farm, okay? And according to the government, to keep the land, he had to have cattle on it. And then he would sell them to the stockyards. And these cattle, he'd buy them as calves, and they would follow him around, and he only had them for the summer and stuff. And they would be his friends. And a man, this is a man who grew up farming, and then we had our own meat and everything else, right? So, but
they killed him eventually.
But it was
betrayed
necessary.
that trust.
But it was necessary.
Maybe
for us.
then, but now it's not.
No, now it's not, right?
Yeah.
The situation has changed.
Yeah.
But my dad also changed. He went from seeing the animal as a meat animal to sell to his friends, and he hated knowing where they were going. But if he didn't, the government took his land, right? So it wasn't a choice. It wasn't the choice he could give up because he loved that farm so much. He chose that evil because it would have been worse for him if he didn't.
No, I get it. Like, obviously, it's difficult to judge every person is in a particular situation. But in any situation that a person is, I think they should be aware that it's not a good thing to do. And even if they have no other choice, they should still be aware of it because they should constantly feel that pressure. I think anybody who is in a situation where they're doing something that's not good towards somebody else, they should feel the pressure to stop doing it. And it's not nice to say because I don't like people feeling pressure or something.
Yeah.
But then again, the victim feels much worse than just pressure. The victims get a knife to the throat, So I think we need the way I see balance in the world is whenever we're doing something bad to somebody, you should feel bad about it. It's not, I'm sorry, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? As they say, right?
Of course.
You can't just kill an innocent animal and feel okay about it. No, you have to feel bad at least feel bad about it. At least go in that direction. At least know that what you're doing is bad. So we as vegans should at least express ourselves in that way, that not accepting what they're doing, whether they choose to do it or not. Hey, we accept you as a person, but I don't accept this choice that you're making, right? I think this is the difficulty that a lot of people have when saying, well, I hate you. No, I hate this thing you're doing. You might be a nice person, but I hate this one thing you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Usually when I talk to people, we know the differences. Like, they know that I would prefer them not to.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit there and get in their face and scream at them and say, you got to stop eating meat because it's murder.
But even screaming, by the way, because if you think about what's happening nowadays with Renee Good, you know what happened in the US with Renee Good and with the ICE officer, what he did, awful, right?
I'm a Canadian. We all know that.
It's fucking insane. And as you see it, when you see that video, it's violence, and there's violence in that video. And you will see people being appalled by the violence, and you will see people supporting the violence. So when it comes to screaming, people will form sides either way. Like,
of course.
So I don't think that an individual screaming towards another individual about what it is, they may be like, oh, that kind of puts me off. But I don't think that should put them off the message itself, right? Because if the message is good enough, I still think the people will be like, well, maybe what they're saying is valid because it is pretty fucked up. Especially if you add an image of what actually happens to animals. You're like, screaming might actually be justified. All the animals scream in slaughterhouses. Why wouldn't we scream to others to stop putting them to scream?
No, of course. But then again, so let's get to the heart of the matter on this one. So let's get to the slaughterhouse, the beef industry, and everything else, who are very powerful lobbyists in all forms of government.
Fucking awful.
And work their way to hide, like when you go into a supermarket, but we both know when we look at a piece of meat, we know what that went through.
Yeah.
Right? Most people don't because it's well hidden from them.
Yeah, that's
all
the
they
biggest
see
problem,
is
yeah.
the chicken fingers and the steak and how good it's going to taste. And don't get me wrong. I mean, being a meater years ago, it does taste good. And our bodies are evolved for it. So it's hard.
Just used to it. I don't think their bodies evolved for it.
Yeah, like because it was a source of protein and we are hunters and stuff like this. So we're fighting biology as well. But the thing is, they package that meat so well. They put in these nice red dyes. They make it look so good on television. So now if they started putting eyeballs on this thing, or if they started putting pictures of how animals are actually killed, you would see the meat eat drop drastically, because then you're bringing in the kick puppy into people's viewpoint. But these industries hide it so well, right?
I mean, what was it? There was this viral video recently coming up with a person who opened up like a strip of bacon or something, and not bacon, but something similar to bacon, where the skin.
Yeah.
And they saw a nipple, and they were disgusted by it. I'm like, what did you expect? This was people don't forget that these animals have nipples, that they're individuals, So it was a messed up thing. But yeah, I agree with you that the biggest problem is the disconnect.
Yeah.
And I generally think any form of activism is good, even screaming and even telling people.
Oh, no.
Because it does reconnect people. That's the thing.
I totally agree. Like there's two levels. Like there's the screaming activism, and then there's the quiet part, right? I try to do the quiet part, just like.
If that works for you, that's perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. We all have a part to play.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in my heart, I hope at some point we'll never have to eat meat again because animals are intelligent.
Or dairy or any products.
Or dairy or any product. Exactly. Because animals are intelligent. But just because we're humans and we think we're the smartest things on the planet, we're not. Like animals have colonies, they have love, they have families, they have everything.
Have you seen that thing about cows recently, about the Veronica the cow?
No.
So Veronica the cow is a cow in Austria so after thousands of years of us living along cows, seeing them as you said, like we farm them and all this, thousands of years, and we didn't realize that they're as intelligent as chimps are, because this cow was capable on her own of learning to use a brush, a broom, not a brush, and not just use it for one thing, but as a multi-purpose tool. So she used one part of the brush to scratch one side, and another part to scratch another side.
I just saw that the other day, just a photo of it. Yeah.
It's insane. Like thousands of years, and we didn't know how intelligent they are.
But okay, this is the big problem. Is we're human-centric, right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't act and look human, then it's stupid.
That's how we see it, yeah.
But animal intelligence is different than us.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things I'm into AI as well, right?
Yeah, it's
AI,
different.
AI is not human. It'll never be human. So stop trying to make it human.
Yeah.
And this is what we do with animals. Oh, because they're not human, they're not as good as we are, right? And that's what bothers me. And that's the message I tell other people too. Is like, what you're eating is an animal.
Somebody.
That has an intelligence, has a family, has everything else. But just because you can't understand it doesn't mean it's less than you.
Yeah.
Right? That's my message. And granted, can I change people? I don't know, but over time I meet other people and are like, I did cut back on meat and cheese and stuff. And change takes time.
I would say I always tell them to put themselves in the position of the victim, because whenever I get the occasion to speak to somebody about this, if I do it with friends, I obviously cannot start a conversation. If they start it, I will talk about it. But if I meet anybody else and they want to talk about it, I try to move them a little bit closer to it by putting them in the position of the victim, by reminding them of the victim. Not because it's about them, not about us, right?
Exactly.
But let me give you a card, because I appreciate the conversation I had with you, and I think I'm gonna go because I'm pretty tired. There's a thing here called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. I think you'll like that video a lot. I liked it as a vegan also, and I think it's a good video to also share with your friends if you ever want to share something that's non-confrontational, that they can kind of get the point.
Yeah, I like that picture because that's exactly it.
That's exactly
Like
it.
we love our pets so much and we treat them with so much respect, but we eat the chicken.
Yeah.
That is so wrong in my world.
Appreciate you stopping by, Keith.
Thank you very much for the conversation.
Have a great day.
You too.
And continue being awesome to the animals. Okay, everyone, that's it. I'm done. I don't have any more battery in my camera, and I gotta do some work. I gotta do some more work today. I know it's Saturday, but I still want to do some work. Because on Monday I won't have the time. Yeah, factory farming is awful. Well, if factory farming is awful, all forms of farming is awful. KK, in fact, I'll tell you this, KK. There's a study coming out of Germany that said that dairy cows that were in smaller farms, the animal welfare index was actually slightly smaller than dairy cows that were in big dairy farms. So the difference between the two is negligible. That means it might be, if you think factory farming is bad when you see it, it might be that the experience of an innocent animal going through any form of farming will be similar. So yeah, well, I'm gonna stick around with you guys a little bit and then go. Eat more animals, they taste great? No, Bob. Leave animals alone. Respect their existence, respect their experience of life. Hey, Axel. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Later, pale B12 deficient people. Who's B12 deficient, bro? I'm not. I was B12 deficient when I was consuming animal products. I'm no longer B12 deficient as a vegan. So by your own logic, you have a higher chance of being B12 deficient if you consume animal products and you don't look after your B12. In fact, what was it? 30 to 40% of Americans are B12 deficient. That means, and what? 2 to 3% are vegan. So that means the largest percentage of people that are B12 deficient are not even vegan. So there you go. How do you handle any medicines you take or have taken? All of them have been tested on animals. Well, Ducati K9, thank you for the question. That's actually a pretty good one. You know, being vegan doesn't mean being perfect. We are aware that there's products that probably test on animals. And it's pretty simple. If you have to take the medicine, take it. Nobody's advocating for you to die. But of course, I would say take it, but I leave it up to you, of course, to do what you want. In fact, there's been here in Amsterdam, there was a debate of a person who refused cancer treatment because it was tested on animals. Of course, she died, right? I personally wouldn't do that, and nobody would judge you if you take the medicine, because it's not about, again, being perfect. We acknowledge the world we live in, but it's about trying to live your best life without explaining animals as best as you can, the best that you can, you know, and that will mean sometimes having to buy medicine that was sadly tested on animals. Nothing you can do about that. You all need to eat your own poop? No, Evan. I would say you all need to eat your own flesh if you consume animal products. Bye, Dave. Nice to see you here. Eating meat was tested on animals. I consider chicken wings to be protein pills. Yeah, but they're not necessarily. I think you missed the point. That was the point. There are vegans working on eliminating animal testing. Exactly. If someone wants a vegan medication, Pill Clarity is a good website to consult. Pill Clarity. I didn't know that. That's a cool one. I guess it's more US based. I don't take pills. I don't know. People have this. I don't know. I guess you guys are from US who are asking about pills, because I don't really take pills. I think I've only taken some antibiotics maybe twice in my life, and I'm 38. But I never took medication, really. I don't consider vaccines medication. I do take vaccines. I take every vaccine if there's a vaccine that comes, I read about it, I read about the outcome, and I take it. For example, the malaria vaccine, I refused. I didn't want to take it because it didn't present that good of an outcome, and I'm like, not really worth it, because I'm not really faced with malaria here. So Yeah. You take synthetic cobalamin. I take cyanocobalamin, so what? We have so much empirical data showing that that is actually healthy for us, so why would be an issue with that? The animals didn't get the memo. They still eat each other, Chip. Yeah, well, whatever the animals do doesn't mean we should replicate it too, does it? The animals, they grape each other. The animals, they sniff each other's butt. The animals, they commit infanticide. They do all sorts of weird things, animals. Doesn't mean we should do it also. 38, you look 68? Well, you know what? I know for a fact that I don't look 68. So when you say 38, you look 68, Bob, I take it like you're a little bit like you see me as a, because I think I kind of look good. What do you mean? My skin is pretty good now. But you do you. if you're thinking I'm so, I don't really care, because the way I look does not reflect on my health outcomes. I hope you understand that. The way you look does not reflect how healthy you are. Because if it was that easy, then you wouldn't need all these form of treatments, all these investigations to do. You would just look at somebody and be like, oh, they're unhealthy. So, Bob, I'll tell you what. You seem like you might, Bob. Maybe the reason why you're jealous is because you look 38, but you have the mind of a 68 years old. That's a lie. Health equals good looks. No, that doesn't. That's such a stupid thing to say. Oh, before I forget, today's Simp Day is vegan speeches. I'll be watching your activist burnout speech today, says Axel. Yeah, Axel, I feel like I should have added a little bit more to it. I have a lot more to say nowadays than I did then.
That's why I really got surprised.
The way you look does not affect your health outcomes. That's why people with elephantius are so healthy. Exactly. Well, there are people who may have, take for instance, a deformation, a skin deformation. There might be people who have all sorts of deformation. It doesn't, deformity, sorry. It doesn't mean that they're unhealthy, or let me put it this way, it doesn't mean that their metabolic health is bad, because that's what we were talking about, right? Like you could have a potential bone issue the way you grew up or something that may not have been caused by a metabolic issue, but strictly by your DNA. But metabolically healthy, you can be regardless of how you look like. Your looks are not correlated with your metabolic health. I mean, there are certain indications of it, right? Like you can have certain indications that could potentially mean there might be an issue, like a vitamin deficiency or something like that. But that's not a given, and only through testing you can verify it, because you may also just be a person who looks a certain way. That's what being attractive means. They developed healthy and they are healthy. No, Evan Little, that's 100% not true. Because there are people who, take for instance, bodybuilders or people who are incredibly slim, who have very low body fat. They look healthy, they look attractive, but in fact they are not healthy, because being below a certain body fat percentage is very unhealthy. So no, again, looks and health don't necessarily correlate. You could say that in general, a healthy looking person will be healthy if they're healthy looking again, but it's not a correlation. I'm just trying to be factual with you. I'm not trying to, I don't know what that nonsense is. And FYI, I'm pretty healthy, so it doesn't really matter. I actually did my blood work and it was all good, so I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I should publish my blood work. Maybe that would make you guys shut the fuck up about me being healthy or unhealthy, because you guys are so concerned about my health all of the time. I'm just so blessed with having trolls that come to my stream to be concerned about my health. I'm so blessed about them coming in here telling me, bro, you look unhealthy, you have an issue, please seek help. Yes, I'm so blessed by all of you to be doing that to me. It's so ridiculous, honest to God. You're definitely lying about your blood work. Oh, brother. The problem is that here in the Netherlands, the blood work isn't given to you, you know? It's, you go to the doctor, and the doctor just looks at it and then tells you. You ask, is it good? Not good. Doctor says, oh, it's all good. That's what happened to me. Doctor said it's all good, I moved on. But I guess I'll have to contact the doctor and ask if I can actually get the blood work so that I can publish it. Yeah, and here comes the goalpost moving. Blood work doesn't show anything. Okay, I'm done interacting with you guys. These trolls hate themselves so much. They sure do, Julia. They sure freaking do. When I got a work physical last year, my metabolic age was 20. I'm 35, 1 year vegan. Anik, that's exactly it, isn't it? It's just it's such an insane thing because we have science behind it. For you to come in here and claim some nonsense, it's just like you're either trying to rage bait or to troll, and I don't think I'm interested in any of them. So I'm done interacting with the trolls, as I said. Bodybuilding is coping. Okay, I'm done also with Evan, speaking to Evan. If anybody else has any questions other than the typical Evan troll or Tristan troll, I will gladly answer them. If not, I'm gonna go. Remember to like, sub, and comment. Thank you so much, Martin. Thank you, I appreciate you. Oh. Facts and logic destroy anti-vegan nonsense every time. They sure do. Jordan, I don't really like you, so, you know, maybe stop spreading misinformation. I don't appreciate misinformation on my channel. I forgot to like Chip, who was first. I mean, I know Draculum was first, for sure. Draculum was 100% surely first. I don't remember who was second. Let me check. I mean, how many years have you been vegan? Well, 4 years vegan, 2 years plant-based, and I don't even know, 6 or 7 years vegetarian. So I don't have a question. Will you flex for us? It's pretty warm outside. Maybe I should, huh? What supplements do you take to stay healthy? I just take a multivitamin and omega-3. That's it. And of course, for the gym, the creatine. Evan, I think you kind of like me because you keep talking about my looks. I don't know why you're so obsessed with me, bro. We need to see those muscles. Let's see those muscles. Oh, let's see that cool t-shirt. Look at this cool t-shirt. It says, "Don't eat the homies." That's what it says. This is the cool t-shirt. You got a crush, yeah? You got a crush on me. Pretty good. I lost a little bit of weight because I was sick with the virus and I didn't get to work out as much. It's still pretty good, I would say. Pretty good. What this gay doing? Well, thank you for calling me gay, because on this channel gay means cool, so thank you for calling me cool. Julia says great stream. Thank you for being here, Julia. You don't take B12? Where do you get it from? B12 is in the multivitamin. Pia says, while you're growing? I don't know, Pia, if I'm growing. I'm not intentionally growing, so I probably should at some point. I really like being lean, and growing would require, you know, bulk and cut phase. And I really like being lean. I really like seeing my abs, and I don't want that to stop. So I kind of am reluctant to growing. So Alexander Alexander's Molyarov. My B12 is in the multi. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end it. I think that's it. I think there's no more good question. I have a. Oh. Thank you, everyone. While you're still here, one more thing. This is for all the vegans out there. Okay. For all the vegans out there, I have one more thing that I want to ask of you. Okay. you have to ignore the trolls for a second, because there will be a lot of trolls in the chat. There are a lot of trolls in the chat, and before we go, I want to tell you one more thing, okay? But wait, let's just silence Evan for a second, because we need to focus. I need you to focus, okay, for a second. I have this idea. I want you to do a little bit of activism. I want you to do one little thing. In the coming month, you have 1 month, okay? Today is 24th of January, okay? 24th of January. We have until the end of February. Let's put it this way. We have until the end of February. I want every vegan person who hears this to do this one thing, okay? Pick a product in your supermarket. Go into a supermarket, go wherever you are, and pick one product that has an animal product in it. Like, take for instance, there's a pie that I find in Albertheim here in the supermarket that they have milk powder in it, and it's amongst the last ingredients, so they don't really need it. So pick one of these products that has just an animal ingredient in them, and contact the company and tell them to remove it. Explain to them, use ChatGPT if you have to, explain it to them that it would lower their cost of production, that it would make the product more accessible for more people, the dairy intolerant people, the people who don't consume animal products and all this kind of stuff. And let's try to put a little bit of pressure on them, because I feel like if we all do this kind of stuff, if we take on this challenge once a month, once every couple of months, whatever, but let's just do it this once a month, just to see what the outcome is. If we put a little bit of pressure on them, we might end up with a lot more vegan products in the supermarket, and that will already change life, because I have a vision that we'll get there much easier if the only animal products are the actual clear animal products, right? Like meat, like eggs, like cheese. But everything else, if everything else is seemingly vegan, rather, we're gonna get there so much easier. People cannot possibly complain. So please send an email and see. Maybe it gets nowhere. Maybe that email gets nowhere and gets neglected. But we have to try. I believe it's a really good way to try. Okay, so find a product that you know, maybe it's even a product that you like. See if they have one animal ingredient that can be removed. Maybe there's egg in it, like an egg powder or something. Call them, propose to them a solution, and ask them to change, and explain to them why that would be beneficial both for them and for the else. Don't be dogmatic about the animals, because they won't care about it, okay? Just to be clear. If you're going to contact the company to say, hey, look at this about the animals, they're not going to care. But one thing they will care is if you tell them, if you do put this, you're going to be able to put on the product now with less CO2. So the environmentally conscious people will say, hey, I care about this. Now with less animal cruelty. Now it's friendlier to the animals. Now it's better for the environment. They were literally, it will help them. I think it will help them, and I think even if we get just one product like that, it's a win. So let's try it, okay? Loving the Don't Eat the Homies shirt, yeah. Was expensive, but I love it also. And it's not just that I love it, is that it's one of those shirts that whenever I traveled with it, people, they always smiled. They always smiled and said, are you vegan? How is it hard for you? Like, they always ended in a conversation that they feel like they may need to change. So it was good. Lidl, Mirgran and Bolece is my first one. Whichever one you choose. Whatever works for you. Yeah, use an AI to make an argument. Yes, because a large language model and its predictive text will always present what you want. You could also ask AI if you could give an argument to increase animal products. Yeah, I don't know, Mio Mix. We're here to fight against the exploitation of animals. So please make an argument and please make a point of why it would be beneficial to remove it, because we care about removing the animal products for the, we no longer want animals to be treated like objects. We no longer want animals to be exploited. We're essentially animal rights activists, most of us here. So yeah. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you get to do this. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I probably will be back tomorrow because we'll have Vegan Future Amsterdam tomorrow. It will be very cold, so probably won't be for a long time. But yeah. I appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate the trolls who are obsessed with me. Thank you for being obsessed with me. It helps with the algorithms. Please keep coming back and being obsessed with me. It really does help. uh, and I don't know. I want to say thank you for everyone who's a regular. We know each other. Yeah. Oh, Writer Chick is vegan Tina from Discord. Writer Chick, you're vegan Tina. Hey, vegan Tina. I didn't know that. That's cool. Writer Chick is vegan Tina. I like it. I like it. Okay, vegan Tina. I know it from now on. Okay. And FYI, if you're looking for community and want to interact with more vegans, the soy feed. It's the link. It might be in my description. Might be in my description. You will in the description of the stream. There it is. There. Join the soy feed. There's a lot of cool vegans there, and from time to time we hang out, we have conversations, and we have a community. So it's worth being there. Yeah. My God, the argument, the nonsense argument. Vegan is not vegan. Soy farming kills animals, bro. Just educate yourself what being vegan means. Ask ChatGPT. Look, go to ChatGPT. What's your name? Chris Crisis Guild. Wow. Vegan is not vegan. Soy farming kills animal. Ask ChatGPT what would a vegan respond to this, okay? Because I really don't want to respond to it. It's already so easy. Just go there and ask what is argument for or against veganism. Like, just present all sides of it and educate yourself on the matter, okay? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Sorry, I was a bit low energy. I'll go to bed earlier today. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll also have the Sky Jack Morgan stream. Yeah, thanks to Brent. Go vegan if you're not vegan. Challenge 22 will help you out.